What up, everybody? This is Super Mike. Sorry I'm very late. But, that's life. Shout out to Frankie Beverly Mays. Rest in peace. Rest in power. What's up, Leroy? Guys, when you guys get this video, make sure you press the like button no matter what time it is. Just press the like button. One simple thing I ask. So today I want to talk about a few things. It'll be a call in, political stuff, whatever y'all want to kind of steer the conversation towards. We do want to talk about the cat eating thing. More lynchings occurring. Hey, what's going on, Ma? Oh, make sure y'all share the video too. For some reason, Facebook won't let me put it on there. Whatever. James Earl Jones. Yeah, James Earl Jones has passed away as well. And y'all make sure y'all just see what's happening. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world. Are y'all missing any pets or any animals? Or are the cats scared to come up to y'all so y'all pet them? For a few people to come in, guys. Just waiting for it to spread around. So that's what sometimes we have to do. Just kind of wait a few minutes before we really go in on it. But how's life, everybody? Okay, let me go ahead and stop this one. Yeah, all the good hits from brother Frankie Beverly Mays. But no, we want to go through some of this stuff. Just sharing right now, guys. There's always some political stuff going on during the fall of America. But my main thing is we got to try to focus on health. I'm trying to get a lot of things going on as far as getting this house ready. We got to get you out here so you can come visit. We got to get our house ready so we can get, people and, we can do things with our property. Also, we have to start paying attention to, how to manage land and trying to push ourselves to get into some of these land purchasing co-ops. Involve yourself in some of those communities. Hereafter Farms, Brother Farrakhan Muhammad, they just had another land purchasing thing. And he had a deal where you can get a 1/4 acre of land over here in Arkansas, $99 a month for 3 years. And you got a 1/4 acre. So just imagine if you can afford to pay $400 a month for just 3 years, you get a full acre of land. Think about that. This is a black land purchasing co-op. Now, when we do land and when we do, you can build on it, everything. When we're doing property in other places and doing other stuff, what ends up happening is the white people, they get us paying $1,000 for 30 years, and then they still figure out how to not let you own it. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. So here's this. So let me say something here.
We're getting ready for the 2020.
All right, so what we want to do, let's look at what Brother Farrakhan is up to real quick. We're going to see because what we're doing here, yeah. So I bought a 1/4 acre. It's in Arkansas. I got to get around to visiting that too. What's going on, BMT? Yeah, we're going to drop the link, guys, just in case y'all want to come up. I'm going to get the show and, just kind of get it started for a minute, just to get a direction on some of the stuff that we're doing. But as I'm going to talk about a bunch of problems, of course, but I'm starting off with solutions, because one of the things that our brother Rizzo says, we actually have solutions, but what's going on is what's been happening historically is our people, when we tell people the solution, they don't want to do it because they don't see it as feasible. And so, we understand because you've been surviving on this way for so long, right? So why should you change up and try to do something different? So as we talk about how the global situation is kind of deteriorating and falling, because whether we realize it or not, we don't even have a government. Because if you pull up we'll pull up the Declaration of Independence. You pull up the Declaration of Independence, and according to this country, why our government's instituted, and then you read that, you'll realize that this is not a government. This is just a bunch of people who are smart. They got together and they just running it. It's just like a little criminal cabal type of situation, and they got little vestiges as government type of situation, but oh shoot, what's going on? Oh, sorry guys. The kids got stuff on this computer. that. I don't even know where that's coming from. Anyway, but like I said, guys, this thing here that we got going on, it's not really a government. But we're forming stuff. So right now, as this is going down, we got to just kind of just chug it along and do it the old-fashioned way. So anyway, let me see something. I want to show this here. Let me drop this just in case. Actually, you know what? I want to show this. Let me show Brother Farrakhan because this is solutions here that we got happening now. It's actually going on. So let's look.
For Georgia Homesteaders Conference. It's going to be on our land in Georgia. We are doing a Building the Hereafter series of workshops. It's sold out for the first week of June. We have a survival and sustainability workshop at the end of May, which is also sold out. We have an off-grid survival workshop for the end of June, which still has a few tickets available. But for the month of July, we're creating a 2024 Georgia Homesteaders Conference that's going to be hosted on our land in Georgia. We've got some amazing projects. We've got some amazing homes set up. We've got an off-grid yurt community. There'll be places for people to stay. You can stay in a tiny home, a yurt, or you can rent a tent, or you can bring your own. It's a 2-day overnight event. It'll be the first or second week of July. We're going to add a link to the bio or caption somewhere in this video. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm really excited about meeting you all. We have so many people that reach out to us that want to get 1 acre, 2 acres, 3 acres, or already have land, already have a house, or just are thinking about it in the future and don't know what to do. So we're going to bring in all the educators, all the professionals from all over the country to teach us how to homestead. Peace. Hey, guys.
All right, so there you go, a solution. So before we get into some of these problems, which we always do, talk about how problems and how everything is going down, we got to show you the trends of what's going up. At the same time, this thing is going down that we're dealing with. There's stuff going up, okay? So we need to know about that. And that's what, we want to definitely get across to people because, we got a lot of options, a squad of organized monsters, what you say? A squad of organized monsters. Yeah, that's all of this government. This ain't no real government because a government is supposed to look out for the interests, protect the people, keep decency and certain, conditions inside the country or whatever. They ain't doing that. They're selling all your resources out to overseas and having global stuff, globalist type stuff going on. And then they allow people who are not evil people, but they got a different culture. You got people out here, just look at us. I'll show you this here. So these are some of the countries that eat cats. Now, when I was little, I used to love cats. I still love cats. We had, our little first cat that I had was like a little gray tiger type cat. I named it Kawasa. I just made that up. And, we have our little black cat. And, we like cats. So I always liked cats, right? And it's just like crazy. People, I understand though, everybody ain't like that. But now this controversy with the little cat stuff has made me think because when I moved here, now everywhere I went, a cat, if you feed a cat, you could pet any cat in the neighborhood. Now you may not want to pet all cats, but any cat in the neighborhood, if you feed that cat, you can pet. A cat will walk up to you. You could pet the cat, any cat. You give it some food. You don't even have to give it some food. You could just pet a cat. A cat is just, like a neighborhood cat. When I moved here, in this part of Stockton, and first when we moved to Stockton, we had some cats in the neighborhood, and we fed a few of them. And, they stayed around and we were able to pet them and what have you. But when I moved to this particular location, now this house that I got here was actually I think it was a previous migrant shelter. My house, I'm having to transfer. I'm basically having to change some of the construction around because, like in the backyard, I think they had migrants like living in that. We got like little mini shelters and stuff like that back there, and so. But I'm wondering, I was always wondering, we got several cats in the neighborhood, but I'm wondering why no matter how much we feed them, no matter what, like they teach their babies, do not let them touch you. I'm serious. I have never seen cat behavior like that. They gonna eat the food, but they wait until you gone. You got to be away from there. Then they'll go eat the food you put out. It was a few little kittens that allowed my daughter to touch it, but they was terrified. They was terrified. So I think the older cats are like teaching them, stay away from them humans. And maybe, just maybe, it's because of these cat eating cultures. Now, if you eat cats, I've had Korean people at my job tell me that they eat cats and don't bring them around. Don't bring our friends around them. If they find out, they're gonna try to get that cat. I literally had people at my job tell me that. These are Korean people that I work with. They eat the cat. They love it. So I mean, there's no shame in their game. So I understand, but I mean, it's just not our culture. So that's the thing. These people. This is not a government. Remember, this is what they told us. Remember, this is what Chuck Schumer told us. Now, this is the government. Let me see if I can find it. Is this it?
Now more than ever, we're short of workers. We have a population that is not reproducing it on its own with the same level that it used to. The only way we're going to have a great future in America is if we welcome and embrace immigrants, the dreamers, and all of them, because our ultimate goal is to help the dreamers, but get a path to citizenship for all 11 million or however many undocumented there are here.
All right, so alone, that's not necessarily bad. Because guess what? If you come by the rules, you go through the process, right? And hold on, let me drop this link just in case somebody wants to say something. If y'all want to get up, y'all can come up. Hold on a second. We'll drop that link. Yeah, so the thing is, if you want to come over and you want to come up and you want to come to the United States, go through the process, learn, accept the laws, respect the place. Right? That's what I would say. But what Joe Biden told us back before he actually sat in the seat, right after he got elected.
But my overarching objective, if we cannot make significant progress on racial equity, this country is doomed. This country is doomed. This country is doomed. This country is doomed.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because...
What's going on?
Hey. Oh,
What you
nothing. It's a nice day today here in Georgia.
Uh-huh. You've been planting
how's
a
it
lot.
going? How's it going in California?
Oh, I mean, right now, I mean, it's good. It's just like you said, it's it's kind of slow on some stuff. Work has slowed down a little bit, which is fine, but I might have to travel some, do some stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, other than that, everything's fine. Just making sure these kids go get jobs. I gotta get them into some stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
hmm Yeah, but have you been listening to any of this little politics stuff?
No, not particularly the politics. It's nauseating.
Right. Yeah, because it's full of crap.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of these athletes, particularly young people, they're not even 30 years old and they just dropping dead.
Yeah, and yep. That's something else, ain't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
A lot of youngins got a 29-year-old girl that was she's a 29. Let me see. She's a 29-year-old like
She was a ballerina or something.
dancer.
Dancer, yeah.
Right. She just died.
It's crazy. Like, what the hell?
And then you got, of course, the older guys died, but then you have, like you said, people that's athletes and all this stuff just bloop, is dead.
I know. This stuff is.
And we're supposed to pretend that we don't know what the heck is going on. Oh,
Right.
you don't really know there was that. Well, a lot of people took shots, but you never know.
I know. We like to look the other way and act like it's not happening.
Look. They want to pretend that we didn't hear this.
I say to my brothers and sisters in Africa, if they come up with a vaccine, be careful.
Yes, sir.
Don't let them vaccinate you with their history of treachery through vaccines, through medication. Are you listening? Yes, sir. I say to the African presidents, yes, do not take their medications.
Now, and a lot of people, that's the reason why they demonize people, so that we won't listen to good advice.
Right.
This is the thing we don't understand. A lot of times the stuff that the people who we think is bad and the stuff that we think is bad is not necessarily bad, especially if they told you, from, their systems, like their approved zones or whatever. They're like, oh, we got the best scientists here. We made this for you. It's new. Try it.
Oh my God. A man made a very important statement. He said, how could you let another man tell you that they can heal your body better than God can heal your body?
Mm.
You don't even believe in God no more. You let another man rule your life.
Think about that. That's deep. If you think about what you said, that a lot of people don't sit there and think for a second.
Right.
They don't sit and think about things. They just want to argue right away. They're not thinking about what is actually being said. They're just to combat. And I think I'm glad that I think some of that has died down over the recent years. I don't know, because I think like a little while ago there were more. I just remember people being more argumentative. There's a lot more arguments, online. There's a lot of silly stuff. But yeah, just like what you said, this is a man. Okay. You a man, a woman.
Right.
Okay. And they're going to say, oh, guess what? Let me come up with something. I got this. Here, you try this. Okay. Now, if you're going to trust that man, but, you don't know yourself. You don't take it upon yourself to study. You're trusting another whole entire human being,
Right.
with like the ultimate, responsibility of making you good, making you the best.
Not only that, not only another human being, a human being with a track record
Oh
of
yeah,
killing you and killing people and killing things.
right. And they already done told you. I mean, I don't know how many. I mean, the thing is that people don't believe.
Right.
That's the issue. A lot of folks that they'll basically, the reason why they have bad and negative outcomes is because people don't believe what's true. You can hear what's true, but they got everybody so agitated and into arguing that you can hear the straight up truth, and it can be proven to you.
Right.
And then people will even give you time. They won't say nothing. They'll give you time and just let you think about it. Sometimes you don't want, because you're arguing, right? You don't want to just listen to them right at that moment, or you don't want to tell them that whatever they're saying makes sense.
Right.
But then you go away and you're like, damn, they was right. But they don't even do that, because the people, they don't believe what's true.
It's so diabolical. It's so sinister that you can't even believe a person or people will actually think like that. That instead of doing right by us, instead of giving us reparations, they rather kill us, poison us through our food.
That's because we don't understand. We don't understand what the real battle is about. We think it's about money. We think because it's about political stuff. This is a religious thing for these people.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think about it. These people have created a system where they get to be the richest, most powerful person. They get to be rich by being lazy. Think about it. They had to go get other people to do all their work for them.
Other people.
They're always coming up with robots because they want somebody else to do the work.
Right.
Oh, maybe we can replace them with Amazon workers. We can replace them with robots, slaves.
And guess who built the robots? Slaves who built the robots.
See? They even have it like Star Wars. If you see, there's a robot army versus the clones.
Right.
So there's they're telling you something right there. And it's like, this is what they're doing. And keep in mind, guys, make sure y'all press the thumbs up, share it. They're not letting me broadcast it on Facebook right now for some reason. I guess I got to pay Twitter now for them to let me push it on there, which is fine. But yeah, it's like, this is what we got going on nowadays. Now, like I said, there are solutions. This is not the end of the story, but we need to understand. I've seen some other people with co-ops. There was a group that bought a bunch of houses in Detroit. I think there's a group that bought some co-ops that bought some property in Chicago. Where they doing this at? Let's say, I know some other people in Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see. I think because sure, no, but there's some people that was. Oh, I think it's this what they're doing. Yeah, but it's people buying, like, they're just getting together. Yeah, that's all they're doing. They're just getting together and they're just buying areas. Right. They stay. They're buying stuff. They're just buying it. It's not always on TV.
Oh yeah.
But I think this is one. No, this is so.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of people who have bought a lot of land here in Georgia myself. Mm-hmm. Women, men, families.
Right. But see, one of the things is people need to understand. See, look, now here they don't want you. Negative news on it. But no, but what it is this. people need to buy the stuff in groups in
Right.
areas so that they can protect themselves.
Right.
Yeah, they want to do stuff so they can protect themselves.
Right. There was this one particular family who bought land here in Georgia, but they bought it around where some, other people live, and those
Right.
people were destroying their property, but they put up cameras and they saw them.
Right. And
They
just like Colorado too, yeah, they had that happen.
uh,
There's some black people that bought some land out there in Colorado, and there's some farmers because it's easy. It's actually cheap to buy some there, and there's some good stuff. But the white people are just messing them up, trying to. Then they go down, always going down to the police, who was their friends.
Right. They're brothers.
Right. Just like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us. Right. It's like
Yes.
the black, it's the same dynamic. And that's what I was saying. They keep doing the same thing over and over, but nobody wants to. And then they charge the black man. So this one here is in Colorado. Let me see. Now they create.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Go with what you was gonna say.
No, they always with tricks and stuff, and we should know this. They even got black people faces, they put on and do crimes.
Right.
Like,
now that's the real stuff. They don't have to pay a sellout no more. They got a mask that they can put on.
Right, black hands and black face and neck and all that. Oh, look good, look like a person for real. Just diabolical. Just go through all this length to destroy black people, but it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. It's we are waking up, but it's kind of slow in our eyes, but it's happening.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like I said, we're just going on the trend on what's going to develop people. So this was some charges dropped. They act like they're doing somebody a favor. Charges dropped against black couple who complained of racism and harassment. The dismissal of charges comes about 4 months after the two were arrested amid tensions with their predominantly white neighbors in El Paso County. This is in Colorado. El Paso County, Colorado. The El Paso District Attorney Office dropped all charges on Thursday. That means there was no charges. You were just harassing them. There was nothing to charge them. The black couple who were accused of stalking and had accused their white neighbors of harassment and racism. So the Mallorys were charged in February, felony stalking. They wanted to give them a felony. So prompting the Rocky Mountain NAACP. They want to give credit to NAACP, which is probably okay, but the reason why that came out is because those people created a public thing.
Yeah. But they never charged the people who was the white people.
No, they don't even mention them.
They dropped the charge. So that's it. That's just, just telling white people, yeah, keep on doing it. We just gonna charge the black people. We're not gonna charge y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's
Probably
crazy.
made live in hell. And they just bought some land out there. Now look, this girl, she's Michaela DePrince, dead at 29.
Right.
Black girl. 29-year-old ballerina, was principal dancer in the theater, later danced with the Dutch National Ballet. And they don't even tell you what's wrong. That's the problem too.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be anything. We don't really know what it is, but it's like usually like if something happened, they tell you. But if you're having a heart problem, as soon as you say you had a heart issue, people gonna go check. Hey, did you take a shot?
Right.
Because we already know that that's one of the main things that happens.
Right.
Says this ballerina, United States, she was an orphan, They adopted her. Her family said in a statement she was 29. And it could be something else. I mean, somebody could have just beat her to death. You never know what happened, but they're not saying what happened.
Right. Yeah.
So, which is weird from police and autopsies, and they just don't say nothing.
Nothing. She just died.
And then they talk about, oh, you know, we saved her from war-torn Sierra Leone when she was a baby, and she's lucky to have been like, she's lucky to have lived this long or something, basically what they're saying.
Right.
We killed, like, this is just weird. Why they even, the cause of death was not provided. The prince was adopted by an American couple at age 17. So it was two. It was a man and a woman, huh?
We know what happened with adoptions.
See,
Especially when they adopted by
17.
Yeah, at that age, you know what happens to people. We know what happened to these children. Happens all the time.
Featured in a documentary film and had performed on the TV Dancing with the Stars. She graduated from high school in the American Ballet Theater. Kennedy, she was all in the big wigs among all of those big elites. She was Jacqueline Kennedy's Onassis School. She became a principal dancer of Dance Theater of Harlem. She then went to the Netherlands with all them. You know, that's white. That's a white heaven there, Netherlands. And where she danced with the Dutch National Ballet. She was the only, probably, they probably featured her. It's the only little black little spot there, which is, they kind of make it cool. She later returned to the U.S., joined the Boston Ballet in 2021. So we're sending our love. I mean, there is no investigation. Nobody's like, what happened?
Right.
There's no demands from the family of, we need to know what happened.
Well, her family is an adopted family, and they are not the same color she is, so they don't care.
In her memoir, Taking Flight from War Orphan to Star Ballerina. That was the title.
So they gave the family the accolades. Oh, they were so great. They took her from a war-torn place.
They took her from
made her a star. Made her a star.
Everybody in Sierra Leone is dead or something. I mean,
Come on now.
They took her from the ghetto.
Come on now, right. Come on now.
She shared her journey from the orphanage to the stage. She also wrote a children's book.
Where's her money? Who got her money?
Right, where the money at?
Who got the girl's money?
The prince suffered. Oh, no, now she suffered. That ain't gonna kill her though. She suffered from a skin deep pigmentation disorder.
She just suffered nothing because she didn't suffer that bad. She was able to dance.
Hold on. I'm just looking at this article because I read more than one. All of them always talk about how bad she had it. Like she's lucky. It basically gives you that impression.
Right.
Basically saying, hey, she's lucky she lived this long. You're lucky we took her in. You're lucky that we, basically, that's kind of how they, to me.
Lord have mercy.
I'm like, you just die at 29, and then y'all report it. So, we don't know nothing about her because we don't listen to those circles, but obviously she must have been a big deal, and people are wondering, like, what happened? They gotta write something. They gotta say something. They done killed this dang on girl. Something happened to this girl. I lost both my parents, so I was there, the orphanage. Okay, about a year. I wasn't treated very well because I had vitiligo. So now the Sierra Leone people is racist against her black spots, her white spots. Which, I mean, maybe some of that's true. So the whites, I mean, so she wasn't treated well because of her vitiligo. We were ranked as numbers 27 was the least favorite, and that was my number. So I got the least amount of food.
Ooh.
Least amount of whatnot.
Ooh.
She told, so those black orphanage people was treating her real bad. She told, added that she remembers seeing a photo of an American ballet dancer on the magazine page that had blown against the gate of the orphanage during Sierra Leone's Civil War. All I remember is she looked really, really happy. DePrince told the Associated Press, adding that she wished to become this exact person. And I guess this the princess, is this her? Oh no. They don't even mention the American couple's name. They said the prince was adopted by an American couple.
So they're protecting the American couple.
You don't even know who these people are.
They're protecting them, of course. Listen, do most people children in orphans? Listen, most children in orphanages don't be treated well. Most of them. And when they get adopted out, they don't be treated well by the adopted family either.
Her sister, Mia Mabentry, that they slept on a shared mat in the orphanage and used to make up their own musical theater plays. Okay. All right, so she survived by 5 sisters and 2 brothers. The family requested that in lieu of flowers, donations could be made to War Child, which is an organization that was involved, that the prince was involved with as a War Child ambassador. It's interesting.
She got siblings.
Yeah, she got siblings and stuff, so I don't know. That's just weird. No, there is no mention of what happened. How does a 29-year-old ballerina just pop dead? Nobody's saying nothing. The doctors ain't saying nothing. There's no investigation.
Right.
So usually that happens if it was the shot or some rich white person did something that too big to fail. Yeah, that's just weird to me. But I want to actually touch on some of these other stories too, just before because this is what's happening in America, and we just got to keep up on some of it because this is just what it is. So let me look at this actually. So just a few years ago, this brother made this video, which I did some more investigation. I made a video on it.
The man that Rasheem told his mom if anything happened, he did it. Gabe Horn called the dollar store looking for Rasheem. John Robert Blankley, he was in charge to handle the dirty work. Tony McKinley, John's right-hand man. James Ainsworth, he's been vocal about with Rasheem. Josh Middleton, his son is the one who was in the classroom telling everybody about he saw the remains. If you know any more about these young men, please come forward because the dominoes are falling. To support the page, grab your Black Lives Matters shirt.
All right, so this man, he does the reporting on different things like that, lynchings. So that was Rasheem Carter, and I did a video on that too. This was way back ago. But there was another one just now, Henderson, North Carolina. There's a brother had just been lynched out there basically, but the cops are pretending like it's not a lynching. And so everybody's trying to make sure we put that pressure on them. Let me see. I don't think I got it there. Let me see if I got it over here. Because I want to get some of this stuff out just so we can see. Okay, that was that. So here.
Hey y'all, I would have never thought I had to make this kind of post on my TikTok, but my family desperately needs your help. This is my little cousin, Javion McGee. He's from Chicago, Illinois. He was 21 years old and would have been 22 in a few weeks. He was found hanging from a tree in Henderson, North Carolina yesterday. He drove trucks, so that was his reason for even being out there. The police officers are trying to say that he went to Walmart and purchased a rope and hung himself. We obviously don't believe that, and we are just asking for your help to push your story out there. This isn't covered on any local platforms. No news stations, radio, none of that. So we're trying to push it out there. We really need your help. The police officers in the coroner's office are giving us a hard time, not allowing his mom to identify the body. At one point, they told her she can't identify the body due to COVID. And then the next day, today, they told her the father has to give her permission for that, which he said that he would. She asked if they could send her pictures at least. They told her yes, and then turned around and told her, oh, I don't think that you want to see your son like that. Come on. Like, this is very devastating for my family, and we really, 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 really need to push this story out there. So if y'all could please repost this video, keep saying his name, Javion McGee, hashtag justice for Javion, and we are going to fight for him, and we are standing behind my cousin 100%, and they're not getting away with this. So please share this video. Thank you. Hey y'all, I would have never thought.
Yeah, so we see that we're still being lynched, right?
Right.
Now, the thing is, that's why I always have these solutions too, guys. See, Black folks, we need to understand that the times is changing. This is going to make those solutions that you thought wasn't feasible before. You should start looking into this here. This is why we're talking about co-ops, buying land together in groups, making sure that your families are, those are the solutions that people say that ain't feasible, but really this is where you're going to have to go. Okay. And you don't want to be somewhere necessarily isolated. You want to be probably in areas that we are around like-minded folks, at least, you know what I'm saying? So right. That way we know, it's just some people that you can grow up around. So I want to read a little more on that one. Let me look at this here, actually. Here. So this black man, first of all, this little story, this is Eyewitness News, ABC, okay? This is from North Carolina, Raleigh, Durham, Fayetteville, and surrounding areas, okay? So this is their local news, right? Yeah. This story is pushed up 2 days ago. So now you got to realize this girl, they've been fighting this. They've been trying to work with the police first, which we always try to work with police first, right? Mm-hmm. So this was, okay, she made this. Let me see when she made it. Anyway, so she's been making it. This was put out 2 days ago too. But when Black people start pushing out and start getting with each other, this is our network. So we don't understand the power that we have already, but we're still trying to push and make white folks do something that just ain't trying to do. They are not trying to do something, but this is something that we have the ability to do ourselves. She put a call out on her TikTok. Mm-hmm. Somebody else picked it up. This girl, this woman, Black Grassroots Headquarters. Now I seen it. There's another one where the other brother, he made one off of her stuff too. So we have these networks.
Right.
Now, so I'm just showing that we do have abilities to respond, but let's go back to what the white people have said. So, and it's funny how on their, this is their news. The first thing they show you is the police holding somebody in a jumpsuit. and then they show black man found dead. You know, it's like you don't realize that these little subliminal things is going into your mind too. This is the ad. It's called True Finder. And it's just sitting up there. Okay, black man found dead. Black man found dead against tree with rope around his neck. Okay. And then not a lynching, sheriff says. Come on, man.
Come on now.
This is Satan.
We supposed to gobble this stuff up.
How you know, sheriff? Prove there's not a lynching. So now this is the police. Instead of actually figuring out what happened, they want to tell you something.
Right. They're
proving against you right off the jump. So what does that tell us?
They want to manipulate your narrative before you
But
even
they
get it.
always say the same thing. To me, that's a dog whistle now. They always say it was a suicide. He jumped up there and hung himself.
Crazy.
But it's an insult to us, but it also tells those other cops and white folks to say, hey, yeah, we did it. So that's their language to say that to tell each other, like, yeah, we did it, stand behind us or help us to cover this up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because this is the standard. Because anytime you're saying the same thing, you're saying something, but everybody don't understand you. They hear one thing, but somebody else hears another thing. See, that's one thing we don't understand about code language.
Mm-hmm.
Because these groups, they communicate in code.
Right.
And if they're saying the same thing, and you're not understanding it, you got to start listening to, and then you start seeing a certain behavior behind it. So they're telling each other something too. Because how are you saying it's not a lynching? And they put this in their paper.
Just like the president was talking to his people, you know, when his speech, when he said, this country's in trouble, not just because of black people. See, black people didn't get that. I mean, why you gotta say not just because, but all you gotta say, why you saying not just because? But if you just take out the words not just because and say this country's in trouble because of black people.
Not just because, y'all.
Right.
What?
What?
You look at how I put that there. I picked that out. I just look at the words. I'm going to play this again real quick.
By 2040, this country is going to be.
So I made this a little dramatic. But so yeah, he told you, remember, this is what Biden said. Civil rights leaders in this country. I'm going to go get the actual footage for weirdos who go, oh, he didn't actually say that. You made some kind of dramatic thing. He told you that he was talking to black people when he said this. This is the civil rights leadership that he was sitting in front of, him and Kamal. He said that this country is doomed.
It's doomed.
And I'm showing you pictures and I'm playing music. Biden said it's doomed because of black people. See, look.
It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because.
See, not just.
So that just means because.
What? Now listen to what he says. Not just.
Okay. He gave things. Okay. Not just because, but African Americans are on the #1 list of the reason why.
Right.
But because
look at
because our numbers are dwindling. Okay. Right. They can't make babies no more.
So listen to what he's saying. Now he's telling you they plan, if you think about it. And that's
he's talking to these people.
And exactly. It's a
double message.
It's triple dipple messages. It's a bunch of few things in there. But see, we can hear it because we've been trained, and a lot of individuals can hear it, but you got people who they want to be stuck on stupid.
Right.
They intentionally want to misunderstand because they want to try to save something that ain't worth saving.
Right.
And that's why I keep showing people these solutions, the real solutions, because, oh no, we ain't got time to do that right now. We need to provoke because,
Oh my God.
what is that going to do for you?
Right. What has it done so far for you? Nothing.
I
Absolutely nothing.
keep asking people.
What has it done? Since you've been given the right to vote, what has it done for you?
Now, this is to be truthful. When we first got the vote legislation, right, way back there in what, the 50s or 60s or something.
Yeah.
Okay, because Johnson, Kennedy had just got killed, and there was turmoil, and white folks, they were like, "Damn, these black folks turning up the Black Power generation, civil rights, and all that." Black people were forming all sorts of organizations. You had the UAPs, the BPNs, and it was all sorts of stuff.
We was progressing.
They was
about to
organization, didn't they?
Look, we was about to jump off the plantation, and they got scared. Oh my God! Can't let the niggas go. Can't let them go. Who's gonna do our work for us?
See, they lazy.
Don't build for us.
It's
Who we gonna make money off of?
It's the same thing right now. It's the same exact dynamic, but it's just modernized. So
Right.
at that time, at that time, the young black folks, they were rioting, they were tearing up stuff. They were like, listen, and you can listen to the videos, H. Rap Brown and all them. They were like, this is a system that is crony capitalism. We done broke this system down. We knew the ins and outs. We knew who did what, how it worked. You listen to Malcolm X and the Ayatollah Muhammad and Huey Newton and all these people. When you listen, even just people, they got regular videos from people in barbershops. Man, they knew this stuff. They thought, America. Oh, let me tell you about white folks. We just knew they whole ways. We knew the whole ins and outs of how they thing go.
So you know what they had to do? So they knew all the organizations. They knew all the stuff that black people was doing. They had to put informants in these places to talk about crazy shit, to lead us in the wrong direction, start getting guns and shooting stuff. That's not what we wanted to do. We didn't want to shoot up nothing, but they had these informants and these agents in these organizations.
You know what I'm saying? You can't survive. You can't take nothing but by blood, man. Like, really? All you got to do is live your life and build.
They make pictures about this stuff and telling you what really happened. You sit up here looking at it like it's entertainment. No, this is history. This is your damn history that happened here in America.
Right.
This how they took you back into the plantation.
See?
And didn't let you go. And making all these laws talking about 3 counts you out, and then if you in prison, you're not a citizen no more. You a slave again. Come on now.
Now listen to this. Now you tell me what you think about this one. Now this is one from at that time. This is a little while ago. Now look, the children. This is how bad black folks was at this time.
They deserve that?
They deserve it, yep.
Why?
Because they killed some of us. They chained some of us. They whipped some of us.
Yeah.
And they stabbed some of us.
Yeah.
They shot some of us. Some of us.
So this is paying back, huh?
Yeah.
Like
They're not good, too. But this is not... They're not good, too. But putting a brick wall there and not shooting them but doing what they did is not as worse as they did to us. I say we build a big brick wall and say the same thing.
What's that?
That they have a little side, and we build a big wall so they can never get over. And we have a big side.
Why would you do that?
And on the other end of it, so they won't get on the outside.
I mean, you think they just mess up or what?
They'd be trapped if they try to get over, we'll shoot them.
Well, why would you do that? I mean, you think they deserve that?
They deserve it, yep.
Why?
Because they killed some of us, they chained some of us, they whipped some of us, and they stabbed some of us, they shot some of us.
So there's some paying back, huh?
Yeah. They're not good, too. But this is not, they're not good, too. But putting a brick wall there and not shooting them but doing what they did is not as worse as they did to us.
They were terrified of that.
They was terrified. Black boys.
I mean,
Oh my God.
and then they was looking at how coordinated the two kids was. They really, the one kid, he was like, I'm ready. And the other one was the talker.
Right.
He let him talk.
Lord have mercy.
They was like, this is too organized too early.
We got to stop this. So now you know what they got in school, what the black kids doing? They got them focus on holidays, celebrate white people's stupid holidays.
Yeah.
I mean, they doing it heavy on our children. I mean, our children don't even have any thinking power anymore going to these schools.
Oh, it's the killing field.
Oh yeah, they can't communicate like that. Those little boys was communicating. They can't even communicate. They have no thought. Oh, and then they got them hooked on these cartoons on TV. Fantasy. Nothing real.
I mean, dang. Now you gotta realize that those boys were answering questions, complicated questions about solutions to the black-white problem.
Right.
And in his mind, he said, this is going to be the best, most fair way. It's not as bad as what they did to us. So, hey, Kitty.
Yeah.
I was like, black folks knew the whole layout of these folks. So that's why, and so they took your memory again. See, that's one thing about it. If we study the history of these folks, they understand how to wipe memory from vast populations. You know, there's a lot of black folks who didn't know about the Moors. I didn't know about the Moors for a long time ago. You know, so they wipe the whole memories.
Oh yeah, they write the books, rewrite the book
because they got to keep doing the same trick over and over and over again.
And then they flood the black community at the same time. Wait a minute now, that wasn't the only thing. They flood the black community with drugs. Okay, get them high, get them hooked on these drugs, and they still doing it. It's called marijuana.
Is it?
And they give them free crack pots. They go down to the black neighborhoods and the ghettos and give them free. The president, Biden.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie to you. At the beginning of this video right there, I thought this was in another country. It wasn't until I saw that charger right there that I was like, okay, this is America and this is Oakland. And I feel at this point it ain't much I can do, you know, other than like put them on the prayer list at my church. But I think like somebody should be taking note of this, like the National Guard, you know, some branch of the government. What is Space Force doing right now? Maybe Space Force can come down to kind of man the streets, because from the bipping to the car thefts to the carjackings, there's a lot going on. I don't have the manpower or the threshold personally to do much more than the prayer. I mean, today we got that thing going off at 4:00. I think maybe.
See?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was, and you know what? The minister said that. He said that the war that they had going on with Muammar Gaddafi,
right,
was going to be it's another war on black people.
See, that's what we don't understand, a lot of us.
It's a war on black people right now, a war on us. And we sitting around lottie-dottie partying, dancing, crip walking, TikToking, and it's a war on us.
We don't understand, but actually part of that war though is on those little medias. And this, even it was funny. I had this conversation. Now, like I said, I know a lot of people don't pay attention to stuff because it is mentally draining. because a lot of times people be wanting to get something done and all this kind of stuff. Do this and get it done. That we're trying to get. We don't understand that this stuff is about trending. It's not about, you can't just change everybody's behavior, boom, like that. Right. It don't work like that. Now, the thing is, you can kind of change behavior. Still, even now, you got all of these immigrants because of the folks coming, because they've been messing with them for the past 30 and 40 years, messing their countries up. So of course they identify who's a sellout, who's not, and all this type of stuff. So now they're letting them in, and it's going to create a culture clash, which they already know. That's what he was talking about, how doomed this place is. And it's like, I mean, it's like, people just, and we keep just sitting here. But my thing is, what people need to understand is you got to get on the right trend. Right. If you're staying on the wrong trend, you're on that escalator going down. Now, what you can do immediately is get on the right trend. You can do that kind of quick. You'd be like, okay, now I'm on this because this is leveling up. This trend here is leveling upwards. But yeah, I was trying to find one thing, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it. There's one where I had that how Biden was actually giving them crack pipes out to people.
Yeah.
Stupid son.
Giving crack pipes out to the crackhead.
That fool, how you gonna have they talking about, oh, y'all shouldn't have a felon in the White House. Like, dude, first of all, I don't care who gets there. I don't care who get in there. I'm going, because all of them are your enemy. You can't get that high in this government unless you're the enemy to black people. It's just impossible.
Right. Yeah. We've been coined the phrase that when you vote, who you gonna vote for? Satan or the devil? You ain't gotta, but you don't have other choice. You don't have anybody decent and honorable and moral to vote for. You gonna vote for Satan or the devil?
Period.
That's all you got.
Well, but the thing is, you got more than that, and that's what I was trying to show. Now, for who's going to get it? Now, if you're talking about who's going to get in the White House, that's the only two who's going to get it in the White House. And remember, the minister said, remember it. Once they get you in their prisons, they're gonna pump you up with all kind of chemicals and foods, and that's how they do it. That's part of how it's being done too. But I was trying to find it, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it because there's a point where he was giving away all those drugs and stuff. But yeah, I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, if we understand, when you start pushing for freedom, like right now, there was a big thing here in California with the Reparations Council. And the black folks have been really pushing real strong for reparations, not fake reparations, like they always trying to give you, oh, here's a housing voucher and give you free education at our select colleges.
Right.
Stupid stuff that don't mean nothing.
Right.
Like back in the 60s, they had to quiet black people down. They actually had to give us a little something with the voting. They had to give you a little something of what we asked for, kind of a little something. It wasn't what we really wanted, but it was what it made you calm down enough to say,
Right. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we won. And you thought you won, so you calm down. That gives them a chance to move all this other stuff in place. They didn't have all these tanks in place. They didn't have all this the drugs in place to get you. They didn't have all the music set up to mess you up. They didn't have all these things in place to really put the squeeze on you like they wanted to.
Right.
So you calm down for a few decades. Now they're like, yeah, we got this together. You just driving through your neighborhood, you see a big old train full of tanks, and like, what is that? You're like, what is that? They're just bringing tanks in, machineries, and I'm like, oh,
coffins.
Yeah, just like, dang, yeah. Then next thing you know, you hear, oh, drugs, crack, CIA, whatever. What? Oh, let's find out it was the government did it. Oh, really? Okay. Dang. Nobody says nothing after that. Then you got, the government done dumped, stuff in the water and
right.
food. Okay, and then everybody is acting weird and turning funny style,
Right.
You got women looking at women and dudes looking at dudes and strange. Like, what's wrong with you, man?
Right, and then your favorite eateries, McDonald's and churches and Subways and what's another one? The other one. Anyway, they all found that. No, this what's this?
No, I know. We think it's just the small eateries, but we think it's the more expensive ones too. Chili's and
that most Black people went to because they said the chicken's supposed to be kosher, it's supposed to be good. Found out it was like 40, 50 something carcinogens in the chicken.
Oh, you talking about Popeyes, Chick-fil-A? Yeah. Yeah, we can't have nothing without them poison in it. You ain't gonna get away. You think you can just like something? They monitor every single thing that we like. You can't have nothing.
Hey, look at this. I was looking at a program. It's called What on Earth? It's like a documentary.
Mm-hmm.
The satellites. Okay, they got all these satellites all floating above the earth,
Right.
looking at everything in other people's countries. They land, and then they send a missionary out to check it out to see if it's what they said. I mean, they snooping all over the world.
Yeah,
Snooping all over the world.
The universal,
Huh?
the universal snooper.
Yes, they are definitely. That land now said if they could do that, you mean to tell me they can't tell when people dropping off drugs in the Black community?
They're dropping off the drugs.
I know.
You done found that out a long time ago, though. I mean, but the thing is, Black folks knew that before they admitted it. We always know before they admit it. You know what I'm saying? We know. We always know.
Right.
If you listen to stuff, you can tell we knew these things before these people officially admitted. Like even with the shot stuff, this is before they admitted it.
Right.
Told you, like, hey, don't take their stuff.
I say to those of us in America, we need to call a meeting of our skilled virologists, epidemiologists, students of biology and chemistry. And
yeah, we already knew.
Yeah.
But it's always a split there. So, we know stuff, but then, some of us, it might not be true, It ain't always right. And that's what ends up happening. That's how people end up,
Without checking anything out.
We don't check it.
Now you know what? The minister said that the food that we eat, the vegetables, that they sprinkle the plutonium radiation, they grow it in the radiation. So it's poison. But nobody's going to check and see if it's radioactive. No Black person is going to take a radioactive detector to the store and just see if the food gives off any radiation. We just eat it.
But the thing is, you can tell them and you can prove to people nowadays. See, they don't mind because they done got it so messed up with they done got it so the minds of the people so messed up that you can prove it to them and show them that it is. Dang, that's messed up, ain't it? They eat right in front of your face.
They still eat
that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
They're laughing at you with a little smile on their face. That's what they do.
Yeah, and be dead in fact.
And be dead and talking about, oh man, I'm sick, man.
Yeah, all gonna die from something.
If it don't kill you right away, it gotta kill you right away for black folks to be like, dang, oh man. If it take a couple of years after you done did it, they don't care.
Man, we so messed up.
And even the rich black folks, they think they all that. Look at this here. You seen this? You got this football player who down in Florida. He was trying to get to this little football game because he's late. So he's driving fast. So the police pulled him over. It was like a Latin police.
Uh-huh.
So here it is. Let me see if I can hurry up. So he's about to pull him over. I'm trying to wait there. So he pulls over.
What's your speed? Go forward. Yeah, we got it here. 6 o'clock. Why do you have your seatbelt on? Don't knock on my window. Why do you have your seatbelt on? Don't knock on my window like that, no. Like what? Don't knock on my window like that. Why you have it up? Don't knock on my window like that. Why you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here. Now we can lower it and talk to you. Get my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm late, gang. Do what you gotta do. Keep it down. Hey. Keep your window down.
Now, what do you think for this at this point right now? What is your impression?
You said it was a Latin police officer?
Yeah, that's what the guy is talking to him. The police officer is a Latin guy.
I mean, I can hear some tension already between the two already.
Right, but my thing is the black man is not really understanding that he's in, a system of where you're not in control because he's rich.
Okay.
See, he's rich, right?
Right.
So this black man is rich, and I guess he's a little known or whatever. I don't know because I don't pay attention to sports, but he's a little known. I guess the Latin guy don't know who he is either. So, whatever. But he's acting rude.
Right.
He's wrong. He's speeding. If he wanted the stop to go quickly, he would have pulled it down. But now at the same time, here we go.
Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. 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 What part of the doing? Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, dude. I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting up. That ain't no twin. When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand? You understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you. You're not fucking confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late. Too late.
All right, bro. Take me to jail, bro. Do what you gotta do,
We
bro.
are. We will.
Good, bro.
It is good.
Hey,
Don't worry about it. I hung up the phone. Stop crying.
bro.
All the police cars pull over him.
I didn't do nothing to him.
Now you see the white people, they just walk past. They don't be stopping trying to figure out nothing, right? They just like, oh, another nigga going to jail, right?
Right.
And but if we understood what the situation was that we're in, we would behave differently.
Right.
Because
You
they
know
know
what, Harriet Tubman said, I freed so many slaves and I could have freed more if they only knew they were slaves. They don't even know they slaves.
these people don't even understand, because people try to tell them something, but they think because they're rich or because of whatever they've been able to do this or do that, they're so stuck on trying to prove somebody's not telling them the truth versus trying to actually understand what the truth is. Like, you don't know, even, try to understand. Okay, something you didn't hear about. These people, this system is not. Now they arrested. Now what ends up happening here is they beat him up. Basically, they end up arresting this other guy. I'm just going to show a little bit more of it. We're about to, almost taper it down. I just wanted to show a few of these things before.
Mhm.
And hold on. So this one, he called somebody. The brother came out.
I just had surgery on my knee. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just surgery on your knee, bro. Chill, bro. Hey, don't do, bro. Back up right now. Back up right now. Get back. I'm telling you, go back. I don't have to talk to you. Go back. Go back. Go back. Wait for pass a card. Pass a card. You need to step back. You want to be handcuffed too? All right, then back up. We're not playing this game here, man. It's not your business.
How many police officers are there?
That's where these cops are getting off. See, this is the part where, these cops would be actually in the right for the way that kind of it just arrested him, because he was kind of provoking. And then also look at this stuff. You see these little symbols?
Yeah, what are those?
See, these are the police gangs.
Oh my God.
You see, all of these are little police gangs. They have these little tattoos on them.
Oh my God.
Latin, all these different stuff that they have in the police department. Now, here, when a citizen is observing, they can observe a public employee. He don't want nobody to see. He gonna arrest you if you observe him. This is wrong.
Right.
And so he should sue this cop.
Back up right now. Get back. I'm telling you, go back. I don't have to talk to you. Go back. Go back.
I don't have to talk to you.
Go back. Wait for pass a card. Pass a card. You need to step back. You want to be handcuffed too? All right, then back up. We're not playing this game here, man. It's not your business. It's not your business. Keep going back. Hey, get back in your car before you get a ticket. Get back in your car and leave. You gotta go before you get a ticket. I'm not driving. Who's the driver? This is my car. All right, move. You gotta move right now. Let me have your license. You get a ticket too. I'm coming. Let me have your license. You get a ticket. Let me have your license. I'm leaving. I'm not playing. Let me have your license. Your license right now. Your license right now. You're not gonna give me your license? You're not gonna give me your license? Let me have your license. Your license right now. Hey, your license right now. Or I'm gonna lock you up. Your license right now. Your license right now. You're dealing with me now. Your license right now. We're not playing this game here, man. What's man going, man? My license in my bag. Let me get my bag. Go get your license. Get my bag, man. Close that door.
So anyway, what ends up happening, they take this man to jail for nothing. They, this particular cop, he just goes off and starts going off of everything, right? So now they put this cop on suspension, and now he wants the guy fired and all this kind of stuff. But this is what I'm saying. This is the reach of what these cops could do. Now remember back when in the days where the Black Panthers could sit there, observe the cop, they'll tell the cop the law. They can have guns.
Right.
Right. You see? And you see how they changed it because of that?
Oh yeah. It's like a police state. It's like you can't even stand and watch. You're not even involved with anything. They don't even want you to watch what they're doing because they know they're wrong.
Exactly. I don't have to talk to you. I'm commanding you. Wait a minute. Aren't you a public servant? Aren't you my taxes paying your bill? That don't matter to them. Because you can't mess with them.
Those are rogue cops. Rogue cops.
Oh no, they're not rogue. This is the system. This guy has been suspended at least 6 times. You can tell by the way he acting that he's been doing this.
It's a rogue system then. It's a rogue system. It's a rogue system. They're not even following their own law.
I said you don't have a government. You don't even really have a. People are still voting and stuff like we got an actual government. You don't have no government.
Got nothing.
Yeah.
You got to make your own government. Black people have to make their own government.
Yeah, Leroy. Yeah, I got started late, but you come up to. I got the link still up there if you want to. I think I do. No, I was telling Leroy if you wanted to. Let me do it this way. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, we don't have a government, and I'm gonna pull that up just because I keep saying it. I just want to show why I say that.
We don't realize that. We don't realize that we in a place where no government is present. We about 40 million people in this country, and we got to form our own government. But we don't understand that we got to form our own government. This is how the people who came over here from Britain. This is what they did.
See, look at this here. So everybody's talking about 1776. The unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America. So this is their colonies from Britain. They're a part of Britain. So it says, when in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume the powers of the earth, the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitled them. So we're entitled to separate and equal station, but white folks can't give it to you.
Right.
The laws of nature and nature's God entitle us to that. So a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes. So they're just telling you why. The causes that impel them up to the separation. So basically it says here, it goes through all this. So we hold these truths to be self-evident. All men are created equal. They're endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights. Right. See, God gives us this stuff, but you can submit this stuff to others. And that's what we're doing. That's why we don't have the same rights. We do have them, but we're not enforcing our rights.
Right.
So that secure these rights. See, so It says certain inalienable rights that among these are life, liberty, and the
In the
pursuit of
pursuit
your
of
happiness.
happiness. Right.
these-
They don't teach that to children. They don't know that.
Huh?
They don't teach that to the generation present, the generation past. So they don't know these things.
Right. And these are valid in this country, in the United States, because this is their stuff. This is what they're founded on.
Yes.
So this is the definitions of their stuff.
Right.
So some of those rights are life. So somebody trying to kill you, you fight back.
Yes.
Liberty, you can, if you're free, you're free to, make a way. If somebody, you fight back to protect that. Pursuit of your happiness.
Right.
So that to secure these rights. So look, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. So the government is supposed to secure your right to your life, your liberty, and the pursuit of your happiness at least. And that's just a few rights that the government is supposed to secure.
Right.
To secure these rights, governments are instituted. So are the governments securing the right of Javion McGee, black man found dead against a tree with a rope around his neck? Not a lynching, sheriff says. He's not securing, the sheriff is a part of the government of the United States, but are they securing the rights of the black man?
No, it never have.
He was out there driving trucks, liberty, pursuing his happiness.
Right.
And all of a sudden, but the sheriff is securing somebody's rights to freedom, liberty, and happiness. He's securing his friend's rights. Who did this?
Right.
Is the federal government this girl had to make a video. She's securing the rights of her cousin's life. So that's part of your government. But you haven't formalized it. You're not making it, you're not enhancing its power. They got this, the last picture they got, this man's in a store somewhere.
Man, I tell you.
So you're talking about a government. You don't even have a government. Not black folks don't got no government. Ain't nobody securing your rights, your liberty. Who's doing that except you?
Never have.
You going out fighting for folks and dying and stuff, and they're gonna set up and make a shot. It tells you right there, governments are instituted to secure these rights: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Who is the government securing your life, your liberty, your pursuit of happiness? Well, they create a safe environment. Really? Do they? They just let people who don't even have citizenship over here,
right, give
them debit cards and all sorts of SNAP benefits, $13,000 on their card.
Right.
Yeah.
And then these people from other Nicaragua, wherever they're from, going around with guns and getting people out of their apartments and taking over people's apartments.
In Colorado, yeah. So whose government is doing that? Securing. See, that's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, this is, but this is what you got to deal with. So that's why I keep going back to solutions. Right. That's where this is just one, but other people are doing this stuff here. But you're going to have to secure, you're going to have to secure yourself, basically. That's pretty much how that's going to roll. Now, that don't mean we ain't going to be living and doing things like that. But, at the same time, it's like you're going to have to secure your rights, your liberty and happiness for yourself. And
you got to protect yourself. You got to have some form of protection. If you want your freedom, and these people gonna be coming after you, like in the days of Pharaoh, when he was coming after the children.
But a lot of them don't believe this stuff.
Hey, it's a story for now.
As punishment for crime is not written out of state laws, then hey, good morning. Remember when I said this to you?
So listen to this guy. And you know, like I said, there's people saying stuff and teaching and because we're keeping track of stuff. But you know, and that's why I said it's important sometimes to look through some of the media, because there's different pockets of people doing stuff, and they could be doing things for a long time, and it's a nice little size movement. And like because of the way the social media is set up, they can like insulate millions of people, and nobody knows about this here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like
back in 22, in an attempt to weaken the power of the black vote, politicians in the state of Louisiana and Alabama are headed to the Supreme Court in order to redefine blackness and who can be black. That's right. In 2022, white men are going to the Supreme Court to decide on who can be black in this country. And then I said this. And if Brown is overturned and enslavement as punishment for crime is not written out of state laws, then all that takes us back to Scott v. Sanford, where the Supreme Court ruled that the Constitution does not apply to black people, free or enslaved. And
so that's Dred Scott, and that was back in 1856, 57, white people. And this is law, you know, black folks. So this is where they're pushing everything. So this is why when they're bringing these people from Latin countries, they're giving them the designation of white. They're saying that these are white people. Because remember, the Italians wasn't considered white, the Irish wasn't considered white, and then later on they got to be white.
Right.
So these are the new white people. So when we're talking about, when we're going back, this man was talking about 22, right? He's talking about Dred Scott. They're moving the stuff in their favor. So remember what we were talking about.
By 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. Hear me? Hear me? Hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics.
You see that?
Just overlook the black folks. Just work with the Hispanics.
You're going to have to start working with Hispanics. What is he saying? He's telling us what we got to do.
Right.
What? Are you hearing this? You telling me what the hell? Hispanic. Those are the new white people. So the Hispanic is the new word for white. See, that's why we don't get it. We don't see trends. We think if something's going to happen, it happens right then, it's done, it's over, we're fixed. We saved everything. No, this is a sustained effort. This thing is a, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of us don't get it. And then, so now when we seeing pressure on Tyreek Hill, which was that football player, this is making it up to the richer people. They think they don't have to listen because they're rich. Well, yeah, Harris and Biden. But the thing is, it don't matter. That's what we need to understand. Those people going to do their law. We have not done enough to actually build our own solutions power so that we can actually even, you know, move them to the side. So voting is these behind the scene things are still going to happen. It's still going to happen, no matter, you know, because they are on the same page as far as certain stuff. Now, even though they want to change on how it's done, but it's the same people overall. They want another group of people to be on the bottom, and they want to eliminate the black folks. They've been wanting to do this, but now they're just getting aggressive. Like, forget it.
Right.
Forget it. You know, and like I said, they showing this across the board, just like I played this one before. I just want people to see this one again. And just like even with the union thing, I'll play this one. Is it this one right here?
Now more than ever, we're short of workers. We have a population that is not reproducing it on its own with the same level that it used to. The only way we're going to have a great future in America is if we welcome and embrace immigrants, the dreamers, and all of them, because our ultimate goal is to help the dreamers, but get a path to citizenship for all 11 million or however many undocumented there are here.
So there you go.
They've been bringing immigrants in the country. That's how Trump and his parents got in. That's how his parents got in.
Exactly.
They've been doing this for generations. And like Martin Luther King said, they brought them in and they gave them land.
See?
And they gave them land grants.
Right.
And they taught them how to work the land.
Exactly.
They did everything for the immigrants, for the white folks they brought over here, and left us out back when Martin Luther King was around.
And that's the point people need to understand. And just like what this brother is saying, how we're still trying to force ourselves to be included into this country. As far as their government, they don't even have a government. We don't even have a government. We don't have a government.
Yep, there's no government. The white people can't even, they can get together and protest, but
this
they
right
don't
here,
have a government either.
This right here, Dred Scott versus Sanford. This means the black folks, if somebody, what's up, Leroy? Hold on a second. Hold on. What's up? If somebody, can you say something? Sorry, make sure we can hear you. Leroy. Hey, Leroy, are you on? If you're talking, I can't hear you. Okay. Anyway, but I'm saying, look, if their Declaration of Independence told you a government is formed to.
Hello?
Yeah, now I can hear you now. Okay, there you go. So a government is formed to protect the rights, the liberties, and the whatever of people, right?
Right.
This thing here this is their same little law stuff. In 1857, 56, this was like about 80 years after the Declaration of Independence. So this guy, their Supreme Court, the highest court in their land, says that this decision means that they don't have to respect anything a black person say. Slaves and their descendants are not included and are not intended to be included. This is the wording, the language that they still have on file.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for their Supreme Court, Roger B. Taney in 1856 is what this man wrote.
Mm-hmm.
Slaves and their descendants are not included and are not intended to be included under the word citizen in the Constitution and can therefore claim none of the rights and privileges which that instrument provides for and secures the citizens of the United States. Now, we don't want to believe that. Now, hold on. Because you read that, and people have said that for years, but our black folks, we don't want to believe it. We don't believe that. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, in a decision, yeah, I hear you coming in here and there. Yeah, I hear you kind of coming in and out.
I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna come out and go out and leave. I'll be back.
Okay, yeah, come back in. But it says primary holding in a decision that later they said this was nullified by the 13th, 14th amendments. The Supreme Court held that the former slaves did not have standing in federal courts because they lacked U.S. citizenships even after they were freed. So they said that the 13th, 14th, 15th Amendments made a new constitution which gives us citizenship. But in there it says that slavery can be a punishment for a crime, a felony, in those same amendments that they say makes us citizens or something. So, you know, this is what this man is saying. They're rolling this stuff back to where they could legally, you know, even though they do what they want to do anyway. And that's what we telling people.
That the Negro has no rights that the white man is bound to respect. And remember, historically, Negro did not just simply mean black people. It also included indigenous people as well. Well, yesterday, August 25th, 2024, the Republican Party came out with this. Kamala Harris can't be president of the United States of America because black people aren't considered citizens under the Constitution.
Now, let me find this. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Let me do it this way. Hold on a second. Okay, hold on.
Gave them land grant.
What's up? Yeah.
All right, hold on. Yeah. You can let me find this real quick. I just want to show. So this brother was talking about how citizenship, people thinking, you know, we're talking about, do we actually have a government, really? That's how I'm talking about it. Now, we talking about cats and dogs and stuff, but I got off of that.
Oh, man. We might have to go back a little bit. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Who controls the people that are supposed to be luminaries? Who owns this?
Of all kinds. I don't want any Jew is to maybe do something about what's happening here. Let's take a stand here against anti-Jewish bigotry. Let's take a stand against Muslim. Let's take a stand here against hatred. Let's take a stand here against hatred of all kinds. I don't want any Jewish mother.
Well, what about a black mother? Van?
He left himself and his people out.
Of course. Because we're not his people.
He's a coon.
Well, I mean, the thing is, though, you don't have, nobody is securing your rights, liberties, and pursuits of happiness. And we're still trying to prop up some stuff that ain't really trying to prop us up. And that's why, you know, they're pretending like they're fighting each other about something, but these people are not really, you know, they're not really making it happen. They're not trying to. Now, let me see something. Republican group cites. Let me see if this comes up. Gustav Killander. Let me see if this is a real story. I want to see if this Gustav Killander. Let me see. So it's on Yahoo. It's on Supreme Court of the United States blog.com. It is on the Independent. So I guess these are not joke websites. So let me try the Yahoo one. So they say Republican group. Okay. All right. The words, you know, Dred Scott ruling as reason Kamala Harris can't be president.
Wow. It couldn't be that she has bad policies.
No.
It couldn't be that.
See, this is what I'm trying to tell people, Leroy. Like both sides of these equations here is not really for us, and we just need to understand something. Now, what happens is one side we go up in arms to be protecting people because one side's policies are less abusive. Well, he only beats you 7 times a day. The other master beats you 7 times a minute.
Oh man.
Well, can we get out of here? Oh, shoot. Where you gonna eat? We need food. We can't go nowhere. Now the thing is, but why don't we just build our own stuff, which we can do right here.
Hey, look, we should be divestors, but it's one party that the majority of us refuse to divest from. And that doesn't mean choose the other party, but damn, they won't even pretend like they can see that they being manipulated by the Democrats.
Why? Because it's fear.
I don't know.
It's fear.
Wait, check it
Fear?
out.
Yeah,
Wait,
it is.
check this out.
Well, that takes us back to
I got
Scott
two
v. Sanford. Hey, good morning. Remember when I said this to you? When the Supreme Court ruled that, hey, good morning. Remember when
I'm trying to cut the sound out of things. Go ahead. Y'all
the Constitution does not apply to black people freely.
Oh my God. It just keeps going back. Hold on. Okay, y'all. Hold on.
Yeah, I have 2 children in elementary school. Okay. And what they pump in these children from kindergarten every semester is that the flag of America, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. They pump into them about the white people's history, the British, the patriots, nothing about black people. So by the time you get out of this indoctrination, you actually believe that you are a citizen of the United States. It's a cruel joke to play on people. Right. Start them as a child, brainwashing them, making them think a lie. You know it's a lie. You know it's not true, but they actually believe it's true. So how can you convince somebody who's been indoctrinated from kindergarten all the way up to the 12th grade that they are not a citizen?
Okay, I mean, I might go a step further. Instead of just trying to convince them they're not a citizen, how about convince them, and it can be done because you figured it out, Mike has figured it out, that I won't be manipulated by either party, let alone a party is not going to convince me that murdering the unborn is okay.
Right.
But it can be done. Look, I have 3 children, and I've talked to them, so they good. they even though the schools tried to do that, I've talked to them, so that brainwashing is not going to work with them. But there are others out here that, oh my goodness, and adults. We talking about full-grown adults.
No. I try to talk to mine, but everybody not for that. They think I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah. Have y'all seen that video of field play where the black guy said, I gotta fight you to basically help you. This how he said it. I gotta fight you to do right by you.
That's right.
It's the truth.
But how? I mean, how did we get to this?
Well, I mean, it's normal. That's what even Harry.
Normal.
Harry said the same thing.
This is how. Okay, look.
You heard me, right? Harriet Tubman said the same thing, right?
Same thing, right?
I got to fight you to do.
But she said, just like what you said earlier, I freed a few slaves. I could have freed more if they would have known they were slaves.
Right. It's indoctrination.
They don't know. That's the problem. These people, and they don't want to believe you can sit there and show them point for point on something we got to understand there's part of like the human nature thing, and that's why it takes time. It's a trend thing.
But look at this.
Go ahead.
Look at this. If you notice the history of every colony that goes around the country, the world, and try to conquer other people, the first thing they do is they take these people's children and put them in the enemy's school to teach the children against the parents, against their ways of life.
Right.
And make the children believe that their parents are old-fashioned, backwards, and just idiots. And the children actually believe that. So if you continue to put your children in an indoctrination like that, there's nothing you could do. After so long, what you say, they already been brainwashed to think you're stupid. They're not going to respect what you're saying. The problem is, don't put your children in these things. But, you know, we can't tell our people that because it's going to keep kicking out.
I mean, what you're saying is true to a certain extent, but I'm using us three as an example. We went through school, right?
Yeah, but I'm a different type of person. I went through the whole school system. I was never a normal child, even with my family, my whole family. I'm talking about my cousins, my uncles, my everybody. My mother and father, they passed away young, but I was raised by my aunt, my uncle, my brothers and sisters. They thought I was crazy. Now they don't think I'm crazy because now we're in our 70s and they're like, oh, wow, was this what you was trying to tell me all the time? Yes, this is what I was trying to tell you all the time. I was the black sheep of the family and y'all talked about me. It was against me, excommunicated me. And all of this, I was just trying to save your life.
Shahida, are you telling me I gotta wait till 20 years from now for my sisters to finally get it? Golly, thank you.
Might not even get it. They might not even get it then. Because see, the thing about it is when you are doing this, see, I know that God had to choose me because I'm different from my whole family. And when you when someone in your family notices that you are different, and it's usually an elder, they turn your whole family against you. People that you ain't even met before that they know in different states. Everybody think that you are just a terrible person. They haven't even met you yet. They don't even want to meet you because they've been brainwashed already to believe from a person that they respected that you is a nobody. You are crazy. You lost your mind.
Wow.
There you go.
I mean, okay, but go ahead.
You got to learn to be independent. You got to learn that you're a child of God. You're not a child of these people, not even your own relatives.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm hip to that, and that's how I know. I mean, I'm in the same position you are as far as being the black sheep, but it's still. You still told me I gotta wait 20 years. I'm kidding, but it's just, oh my goodness.
This is my thing. My thing is that while I was going through this, I didn't really want my family to be around my kids because they would poison my kids. Any of my children that was around my family poisoned my children. The ones I'm having difficulty with, they were poisoned by my family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't really want my children to be around my family because I knew I was raising my children totally different from totally out the box, totally different from the way that, you know, the box they put black people in, totally different.
I'm here.
So, yeah. So I wasn't, look, I had friends who thought exactly like me. They weren't my family, but they were people who thought like me. You know, and I had a society, you know, and we was a family, you know, and that's the way you gotta think of it like that. You cannot like lament over your family, okay? Because your family is the people who think like you, okay? That's your family, and you got to think like that. Or you'll be sad all your life because your family will always always try to, make you feel bad. Always feel.
It's part of this, but I'll say it like this: it's a defense mechanism because what it is once you get a culture going, there's parts of the society that tend to stay just like a stay in motion. So it's just like a body in motion tends to stay in motion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's inertia. So there's parts of society that's going to tend to stay in motion in the same zone, and most of that, that's what it's going to be like. But the other parts of society is going to be like questioning always.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the times, if you got a good culture and stuff like that, a lot of times those large parts of the society, they kind of win because they're like, we've been doing it this way for all this time. It's been working. Come on. But then you got some people who wants to, say, hey, something ain't working here. Let's question what we've been doing. Some people see things differently. And sometimes they're right. Sometimes they're wrong. Because some people says, hey, we've been, marrying men and women together, but let's try this way. Let's marry dogs and cats. Huh? What are you talking about? Y'all crazy. You see, and now you're going to show them all of this stuff. So I'm saying it's not, nobody's right all the time. So you got to actually be more concerned about what's right versus, some of the arguments or the personality stuff. Just like right here. So this woman here, this is what I was telling you, like with this Dr. Umar's page. Let me see if I can.
BLM does not believe in our country. So why the fuck would you stand with them? Why?
Our country.
That it's a good idea to join ranks with them.
Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get this better.
While you getting that better, Shahida, are you the youngest
There was
of
one
your
under
siblings?
there was
What?
a youngest one under me. I'm second to the youngest.
Okay. I'm the youngest, and
Okay.
wow.
Yeah.
Let me see something.
I need
I
to
don't
know.
get it.
I really do. I need for you to change my mind. Before I join ranks with anybody, even though I've said it, and I will admit that I said it, it wouldn't even be with a fucking Biden voter. I'm willing right this moment, right now, to give it an inch and think about one of those motherfuckers and standing with them. Because some of them have woken up and they actually want to fix what is happening, what they helped make. But many of them are willing to stand with us patriots to make it better because they regret their vote. But BLM and Antifa, they don't regret anything. They just need money and they're losing support. And the White House got what they wanted from them. BLM.
So basically, I was going to show the whole thing, but basically, this is the debates that's happening. See, because one of the things about Black folks, we always just worried about what we're doing, and we think nobody else is having these type of debates and stuff. But these little Latins and stuff, they're obviously, they got to be having a debate in their community because they are running up here. What do you think they're talking about? But we don't speak Spanish, so we don't necessarily really see what they're talking about, right? Because we don't speak no other language.
Right.
We just speak what we speak, English, which is not necessarily good because that's kind of keeping us blind. So the thing is, some of these people, they are immigrants, but they think they're all into the founding fathers of our country, the United States type situation. But they got a whole nother country somewhere. But they hate the Black people because that's what they've been trained to do. So when they say Black Lives Matter, that propaganda, now, we may criticize the organization. See, Black folks, we know the differences between this or the organization versus the way it started, and versus other people don't be doing that. If Black Lives Matter,
Right.
that's like saying Al Qaeda. We laugh at that,
Oh,
but
goodness.
it's the exact same thing. If you even say Black Lives Matter, that's the same thing as saying Al Qaeda. Like we don't even know
Wow.
what we don't know what Al Qaeda means in that language, do we?
No.
See,
No.
see, and so that's what I'm saying. They're hearing Black Lives Matter. No, Black Lives Matter. You know, because that's what they're being propaganded in their language. They're being told this word is evil. You see what I'm saying? Plus, she knows English. She just doesn't like them. She's thinking that, oh, they're the ones who destroyed the country. Black Lives Matter just came out, even if, you know, the Patrice color.
Well, I mean, they do.
They don't. How can you blame Black Lives Matter for destroying the country?
I'm talking about the founders.
Well, this is what
They want to reshape society to get rid of the atomic family. And I understand that there are family. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You talking about the founders of Black Lives Matter?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
George Soros, Patrice Cullors.
See, you're talking about people.
Yes.
Okay. Which you understand that, and I understand that. So we can have that conversation. Okay. But what's I'm talking about the founders of this country, which don't have nothing to do with this Latin chick. Okay. And it don't have nothing to do it has something to do with us because we was enslaved at that time. Okay.
But you see what I put in the chat, that maybe they listed our rights to be able to remove them later. Because I can't at this point in my life, I can't view it a different way. Because it's obvious. Because why would you make this list of all these things that people who live here, who are from here, born here, or become citizens have, and over the years is steadily removed? We still had the right to bear arms, but now you got to get permission, or let me say it like this: you're supposed to get permission.
You talking about the Constitution or the Bill of Rights?
Both.
I'm just saying that's what you're talking about, like right now. Why would they make this list of rights?
Yes, all of it. What is the first three things? You had the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Well, the right to life is directly opposed by the legalization of abortion. And it's not legal on the federal level anymore, but state by state is different.
Yeah,
that's in direct opposition to the right to life. And people cheer this on as if it's a good thing to be, and rephrase it in a way and say, well, it's reproductive rights. Well, what does that mean? We already had the right to reproduce, and it's not even a right. That's natural order.
You got to read this here. It tells you that too in the Declaration of Independence.
What's that?
That's the Declaration of Independence. Is saying how, you have certain inalienable rights, but your government is created to protect those rights. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men are created equal, that they are endowed by the Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these. So this is not the complete list of unalienable rights. This is just among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted. So that's why I said earlier that you had a government, but you don't have it now. You got somebody who's taking over your government.
Did we have it then?
think about it. Well, we didn't have it because we were victims of war. So you're talking about us as a group, as Black folks. But see,
Yeah,
this is the reason why the confusion is out here, is because even this chick, who is not of the lineage of the white founding fathers of Europe, but she thinks, she probably has some Spanish in her. And, obviously she has a little bit of indigenous, red Native American something in her. And so she's thinking she's a part of the white group, which they're going to let her be a part of the white group. But it's all militated against to keep the blacks with no power. And this is the thing that we need to understand. This is why it's so tough to really get to people, because you just can't believe it.
well, I hope the Democrats continue to do what they're doing, because it's shaking people out of it. Out there where you're at, Mike, with what happened at the state legislature with reparations, the lady said, after they would not bring the issue to a vote, that this is gonna hurt your girl in November. That's what a young lady said, a black young lady, when it came time to vote on that issue. And oddly enough, it was a Republican who tried to get them to vote on it, because the Democrats weren't going to do it. And they still didn't do it, but it exposed them in a way that needs to happen more.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, all of this stuff got to be exposed, because, like I said, some of this stuff, you can't just talk it. It's just like The Matrix, if you remember that movie. Unfortunately, people can't be told what The Matrix is. You got to
take the pill.
You got to see it yourself. You got to take that pill.
You got to see it yourself.
Because people can tell you certain stuff all day, and all you can do is gonna argue about it. Well, no, how could that be? That couldn't be true because of y'all just coming up with all this different stuff. But the reality is that, and it's not just us here. See, you think about it. In order to sell us crack, what did they have to do to the people where they grew the stuff from? In order to create these unstable governments around the world, to have all these people running here thinking it's going to save their lives and all this weird stuff. What did they have to do to them? What did they have to teach them? What was the lies that they were told?
They had to unstabilize their government and indoctrinate their children with lies.
Right. So when you put up a person like the Black Lives Matter folks, they're not actually those women. They're not actually the ones who trained themselves. They didn't originate those weird behaviors. That's
but they accepted them and adopted them, and now they want to share them.
But wait a minute, you're always going to, out of 100 people, you're always going to get somebody who's going to accept something crazy. It just is. That's why we talked about it earlier. Just like you said, there's a trajectory of society, and there's some people who's going to try to go off the beaten path. Whether sometimes it's good going off the beaten path, sometimes it's not good going off the beaten path. You see what I'm saying? So they just pick somebody, and then they reward them with the money. So you got to realize you cannot focus on the branch. The root is the only solution. If you don't, you can never, if you get distracted by focusing all the attention on one of the little sellouts or scapegoats, they're made to be destroyed. They make them, they're puppets. They are puppets. There's always going to be a puppet available.
Right.
It's just like
Roland Martin.
Whoever, yeah. And as soon as you find a puppet, okay, that's the one you're going to give the money to. So of course they're going to be seen, but they're stupid, obviously, right? Because as soon as they gave them some money, look what happened. Exposed everything. Everybody's seeing what was going on. So really, the focus is the NAMBLA. The focus is George Soros, Bill Gates, that kind of stuff. Because if you look at that ideology, talking about the nuclear family, that was way back in those with Milk and Harvey Milk and all of that mess, all of that North American Man-Boy Association crap.
Man-Boy Love Association, who donated to Mitt Romney's campaign.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That was before them girls was even born, and so that's what I'm saying. Like so they can, and that's the same thing that they were doing with the Jay-Z thing. That's why I posted that. They're going to create a problem, and then put a black face up there, like he's the one that set it up, or like Jay-Z, or like these little girls that Black Lives Matter. Because first of all, the word Black Lives Matters, that is good. The words, the definition of the words, I mean, everybody would agree with it, right? So,
yeah. I mean, the phrase is one thing. The organization is opposed to the phrase.
So that's what I'm saying. Because we understand that, we can have that conversation, but it's to other people and other groups around the world, when they're getting the propaganda, all they hear is Al Qaeda.
Then we need to share more as far as what
the Intifada. That's all they hear. What? The Intifada? The Muslim Brotherhood. Huh? Oh, hell no. We can't have that. Sharif, what do they call it?
Sharia law.
Sharia law. Nobody even know what that stuff means. You don't know what the words mean. Period.
No.
Have no idea. Don't even care. That all you're hearing is.
You know what? These people come up with all these words that they know what the words mean, but they know that the masses of people don't know. So they use that word and use it in a certain way as it's derogatory. It's like they would say anti-Semite. People don't even know what the hell a Semite is.
Yes.
But the way they say it, anti-Semite, when you say anti-Semite, how can he be anti-Semite when a Semite is you and me?
Anti-Semitism.
We are Semites. How are we gonna be against ourselves?
But you can't explain that to people.
Because we joined the Divine Nine.
Crazy. They know they dealing with ignorant people because they made us ignorant. Okay,
and that's
they made us this way.
That's the point too that I try to tell people. That's the reason why, really and truly, we don't really have too much of a right to be surprised, and because, like you said, this is just a situation. You got to fix it. It's gonna be irritating, bad, and crazy, but this is what This is what we got going on
like
because
the sister made the picture, The Matrix. She was talking about us, The Matrix. It's one person who's gonna put us all together, okay? One person, not all these different people, not a party, not this. It's one person come at the end of the days. We gotta believe that. To put us together, we all broken in pieces. We dry bones in the valley. We just broken pieces of people. We've been broken. Okay? Somebody got to put us together as a fortified group. And J. Edgar Hoover knows that. FBI knows that. The CIA knows that. And they don't want that to happen. But regardless of what they don't want, it's going to happen.
That's it. Yeah,
it's going to happen.
And the thing is, we, the only thing that they can do is delay. And that's their game. Delay. I was trying to find one thing we can end up on this. Over here, like that you mentioned the reparations thing, it's kind of funny because even during in California with the reparations, you got these Democrats. You know, what happened was the black Democrats, they introduced the reparations little legislation to try to get them votes, but they wasn't going to let it get signed. That was their trick. They was going to blame it on the Republicans to try to not get it. And then they was going to put like bad language in it so that way they could pretend like they did reparations, but they wouldn't have to actually pay the way that they could probably give it to the immigrants the way they was going to do it. But the black folks stayed on their butts, and the reparations end up being lineage based. It end up having the right language. Black folks who was formerly from descended from the enslaved folks, and you know, they had all the right correct language in there, so that they couldn't play the games. And so when they came up, they had all the votes, all the Black Caucus people. They made the bill so they couldn't vote against it, and they had enough people in there to vote the thing, and it would have been a law. So what this bill would have done is create like a Freedmen's Bureau organization that would facilitate the genealogies, you know, make sure that everybody went did their family histories by records to make sure that your ancestry went to, you know, where, you know, prior to you were here in 1870 your people and stuff like that. And they was going to do the anybody whose families they were going to do the research to see any land that had been taken by eminent domain racially. They was going to fix that first. That was the two laws that have went in. So there's a true reparations actual bill. You know what I'm saying? That was going to be a portion of reparations. So they didn't want that to happen because they were like, we started off, man. Now, this really chip, the organization budget was only $12 million. And California be spending billions and billions and stuff like that, especially on their leaders.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other thing was its property. They took its property. So they already, you know, they could just give that back. You know what I'm saying? They just research and find, oh, we stole this property from your family, you know, this year, many years ago. Let's go ahead and fix that. Easy. You know, that's true reparations. Easy. But no, we can't let them see no victories. So what they did is hide the darn it, I can't find this one picture that I had. They hid those two bills. They didn't, and all them black folks showed up at the little Capitol. And black people was on the radio everywhere. Come up there. It's Sacramento. So we came up there, and then it was like, you know, shouting at each lawmaker. They knew how they looked, hounded them. Hey, Pat, say, you know, bring it to the floor. And, you know, the white folks wasn't even paying attention to this, but they realized, like, dang, this is because what they were going to do is not even allow it to be talked about, voted on, or said nothing about. But all this commotion was happening at the Capitol on the third floor, and the white people were like, what is this about? What's going on? These are some of the Republicans and stuff. And what ends up happening, they were still going to just pretend like this didn't happen, right? But everybody had on the internet, they was going to try to skate past that. And so what ends up happening is a Republican guy, he put the bill up to be voted on. A Republican white guy. And what that did, it really messed them up, because all they needed was one person to second it for them to have to take a vote. But the one Republican white guy put it up, and it was not the black caucus, even the guy who wrote the bill. He can't take credit for it now because he sat up there and didn't second the thing, his own bill for a vote for black people to get reparations. These two things that you wrote it. So was you playing? What was you doing here? You playing a game or So anyway, that embarrasses them. They can't blame it on the Republicans because here's a Republican. He put it up there for y'all to go, well, we didn't like that because, we have to, have certain procedures and this and that. And so anyway, I'm messing up one. There's one picture that I had, but I can't find it. So darn it. So anyway, but yeah, that's what's happening. This is what they did. But also this same Democrats, even with the unions out here, this is something that they're doing here. So let me see something. Sorry.
I mean, there's nothing from the ground.
Somebody please explain this to me.
There's nothing from the ground shooting up into the sky. That's not a damn airplane. What in the hell is it?
They out here busting the unions.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, so they do little politics stuff. But like I said, let me see if I have this guy. Do I even have this on here? I'm trying to find this one thing on I have made something on this page. I don't know if I can find it this fast, but I hate when I'm trying to find something while I'm doing stuff. It's irritating, but whatever. But yeah, it's just that it's like I said, it's just the different stuff that's still happening. Candace Owens got canceled because she blasted the mess out of that dang Jewish guy, the porn man. This is a rabbi who's a porn guy.
Oh no.
And to me, it's I mean, I don't understand, but it's just so evident. This stuff has got to keep happening for people to see. What's up, brother? Speak. Yeah. What's up, Speak? Yeah, but the thing is, no, I don't think we're dropping the ball because you know what? The thing is, they were set up to do that in the first place over there in California. But the ball is because they keep getting tricked by these politicians and the union folks, these same so-called have to come against the Democrats out here. I have a picture with that senator with Kamala Harris. This is the same senator who has a 14-year-old. He has a law that makes it legal for a 24-year-old to mess around with a 14-year-old. Mm. That same dude.
Damn.
So this is what's happening out here in this political situation. It's becoming disgusting. I mean, it's been disgusting, number one. But like they're trying to modernize it, bring it all out in the open. And I was trying to see if I had some of this, if I can find. But yeah, I did one on this here with this dude. Maybe able to find it, but it was a while ago. But yeah, he creates these laws. So, 20-year-olds and 24-year-olds can go to teach in schools. But Now you got them messing, they can mess around according to his little law. They can mess around with the student if they're 14 years old.
That's a shame.
And it's okay. They don't want it to go on the record or nothing.
Be a dad, okay.
This is the type of system. And he's funny himself. He was out there dressed up in one of their little pride. And they done took our word pride, it was black pride. Remember?
Yeah.
Black pride. But now they want to mess that up. We can't have nothing.
Okay, they don't want us to have that. It's the amount of energy that these people exert against keeping black people down, man. No wonder they die early.
It's more than money.
No wonder they die early and be looking old.
Yeah, it's not about just money either. It's actually about a religious thing. They cannot allow us to have nothing. If they allow us a little bit, it's over for them. Because, yeah,
1 inch. They can't allow us to come up 1 inch. Yep.
Remember, they know how hard it is to get you out of there. It took them thousands and thousands and thousands of years to get us to mess up a little bit. And really, we kind of messed ourselves up. That's why it's important for people to know the history too, because you don't see what they see. You don't understand why they so scared and hyper. We're like, what do we do? What's wrong with these people? Well, all we trying to do is be nice. No, they're looking at something else. They know who you are. They're looking at something totally different.
Right.
Leroy, you still there? I don't know if he out or not. Or he probably at work or something. I don't know. But yeah, I was trying to find that one picture I had, but I may not. Okay. There he is. What's up, brother Speak?
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
What you been up to, man?
Just living life. That's pretty much it, Yeah, just chilling.
Y'all having it's probably less migrants out there than there's ever been now.
Man, they everywhere, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
you can't arrest them because they ain't gonna hold them or nothing. It's like I had
to release.
Yeah, I had one break into my apartment like 2-3 times.
Dang.
The cop said, "Hey, he's just gonna get back out tonight." I'm like, "What?" Nah. I'm like, "Okay, so what you want me to do?" I told him, "Hey, you got it." Shit.
Oh, so that's the reason why they told you that, because you said you might as well just
move. They told me, "Hey, you probably need to just move from the area." I'm like, "Say less."
They're kicking you out of the area. That's taking territory.
Well, yeah, it's say less.
So this right here, Senator Scott Wiener is okay with 24-year-old abs. See, this is when I had him last. Oh my God. I was trying to find, okay.
Yeah, he looked like a guy who was in
Yeah. I made this a while ago. So he's endorsed by Kamala Harris.
Oh my God.
Of course.
Right, but keep in mind, this is 4 years ago when I did this one. This was 4 years ago. And like I said, these are the same people who tried First of all, I know you've been hearing it for a long time. Speech. It's all these people talking. Oh, we ain't black. We are from the Moorish Science Temple, and we're from Morocco, actually, and we're from God, come on, man. You black, and then they tell you we're not. I know one thing: we ain't from Morocco. I ain't from no Morocco. I mean, if I know people from Morocco, if you're from Morocco, you're from Morocco. But we know that we're not from there. We're from here, right? We're born where we're born. Stop playing. People playing these games. Well, the ancient, treaties of 1866 and all right, whatever 1766 they come up with, and they want to tell us to stop calling ourselves black. Have y'all heard that before?
I haven't.
You never heard people be like, "Oh, we ain't black. Stop saying you're black and stuff."
No.
Really? You ever
No,
talk to
I'm from the state where we said loud, we black and we proud.
Okay, well, yeah, they've been talking. They've been saying, "Oh, we're not supposed to call us black" and all this stuff.
Yeah, I've just heard that online. I haven't heard that like in real life. No,
I guess that's probably what it is too. You haven't heard it in real life, but there's a lot of people. I've heard this actually on the streets with people. It's people that are in the Moorish Science Temple. They've been saying that for the last 100 years. Since at least 1928 and stuff like that. They've been telling people. Noble Drew Ali told them never to tell people that they're black or some stuff like that. So, but anyway, it's funny, and even the Hebrew Israelites say, "Oh, we're not black, we're Israelites or we're Hebrews," and then all that kind of stuff. But as soon as this girl was president,
all of a sudden we black now.
See,
we black now. I'm like, she's not black. Oh, yes, she is. What? I'm like, okay, y'all got it. She black. Okay, you got it. You got it, buddy.
It's funny to me. But you never heard so y'all. Some of y'all haven't really heard that much. So I guess it doesn't really affect y'all as much as me. But I get that a lot. It's a lot. It's several people. We ain't black. We Choctaw. Okay, well, you can be a black Choctaw.
Yeah, I've heard the Indian thing. I've heard the Indian thing. Now,
you can still be black though. That's stupid. That's
you
like,
can be both.
There be people talking about, oh, we need to join the Washington Nation so we can start paying taxes and we can do. You heard that before, haven't you?
Yeah, I heard that online before. Yeah, something like that. I'm like, you would be better just to get that on your own. But I don't know. It's just like they feel better. They don't want to be. They don't want to be themselves.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes, yourself.
It's like I'm like I'm sorry, I'm black. I got this black skin. I can't change that. So what I'm gonna do? Now, if anything, I have a coworker. He be telling not only the black folks, he tell the Hispanics, hey, we all black. You do understand that, right?
Right.
You just got off the boat sooner. He be tripping them out like it's like we always late. I don't know why we fighting each other. I mean,
but see, a lot of us we don't understand that there's a history behind this stuff that we gotta. It's just like the politics. It's like I don't understand people don't like my mom. She doesn't really pay attention to politics as much in details, which I understand, which is good because sometimes it's irritating. But at the same time, but at the same time, it's like this is part of the trends that, you know, if you don't have no intelligent people even kind of talking about this stuff, then what you end up having is a bunch of dumb people arguing over something that nobody knows nothing about anyway.
Yeah, and even worse, they'll argue you down on stuff, and like, bro, you really don't know what you're talking about.
And it's true, none of us know really the details. To be truthful, that's the problem. Nobody know the real details about some of this stuff that people talking about. You looking on TV, it's not really. It's like, yeah. Look, this like I put in earlier, and I tell everybody, the solutions are so simple. They're not really, you know, sexy. Nobody thinks they're gonna solve nothing, but it's the slow and steady. You know, like, you know, those land co-ops. This thing is kind of coming down. When everything breaks down, you know, you just want to have you a nice little community that you can kind of work with.
Right.
Well, in my opinion, if black folks will focus more on the culture, trying to get the culture right, all that other stuff is going to sort itself out. But because, you know, they worry more about dating and mating. I mean, that thing, this dating and mating stuff, they are so hyper focused on it, and it's like, to be honest, it's a part, but it's a minor part. If you don't get your community together, you don't get your culture together, that dating and mating ain't gonna matter, right? Because you're never gonna be safe because you can't protect your own.
Right. Hey, Leroy, are you still talking? Let's see. I don't think he can hear you. It might pop on and off. But
right.
No, like I said, we've been on here a little bit. We're about to end it off in a minute. I did want to get a couple of those little political stuff. The cat thing, you know, they are different culture shocks. People, you know, do eat cats in different parts of the world. So, of course, they're coming here. These are cat-eating countries. Hey, do you notice why in South America they have little, you don't really see them, the little small cats, you can never find them. They'd be like, oh, a rare, you know, we see a rare cat. You ever notice, if you ever watch some of the nature shows, you can't, like a small cat, you don't get to see it. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Hey, before you say that, next, what you said earlier about whether or not we heard about We Not Black, I have heard that if we identify ourselves as black, that's not a, how can I phrase this? That's not a people group, for lack of a better term. So we can't get reparations on being black, and it's like,
okay,
really? I don't believe that. I'm just, you know,
right.
contributing to the conversation.
I've heard it. No, but like, but we see people just hop across the border and get checks and all this stuff. So
of course,
and they not American.
So, you know, they can do what they want to.
Well, you know, they got to pay for that cheap job, you know.
Right. And they can do what they want to do. That's the point. That's what everybody knows. And that's what we should know. Like, and that's why I said also at the same time, just for the last few cycles, okay, haven't you noticed to get elected, you better pretend like you black or you like black people or something.
Hey, you better thank a union member.
You better
for the
thank
5-day work week.
Yeah, but so they don't pay. You probably don't pay this, so they don't know what we're talking about. That's that Kamala Harris thing. She pretends she's black. I wish I had.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's the hilarious part. And I'm looking at these people, especially men, defending. Why y'all worried about her being black and stuff? Because, dude, she's black when she wanna be. She is not black like that.
Right.
And that's the problem. She's not authentic. So, she's I guess what you call them. Well, I have a more derogatory word for it, but I mean, she's just a chameleon. She played a role whenever she need to play the role, but you got people, especially with bigger voices, talking about you should be worried about that. You stupid for doing that. I'm like, who are you?
Smiley.
Yeah, him and D.L. Hughley. I'm like, if y'all don't get that, if you don't
Steve
get your
Harvey. But that's what I was saying. But that's what I was saying earlier. By them doing this, they are exposing themselves, and it's shaking some people out of their stupor.
Yes.
Some people,
right.
Some of us.
Yeah, some people. Yeah.
Now I do want to call y'all attention to this because this is the other thing in California. Like I said, they betrayed the black people on public with the reparations, right?
Yep.
People who pay attention seen that. Now this is on the heels from the Black Power movement. Earlier we talked about how black people was in the streets, making it happen in the 60s. They had to give you a little something because black folks was a little organized and pressuring. But as soon as they gave us a little something, just to kind of calm us down, here's a right to vote and here's some job. Kind of chilled out a little bit. Stop treating you like like we love to treat you. And what they did is they brought all the weaponry in, so now they feel like they can pressure us again. So they did that also, but they betrayed the black people with the reparations thing. But also, this guy here is Scott Wiener, this tall one. He's recommended. He's endorsed by Kamala Harris, and I proved that. This is a video, like I said, I did 4 years ago. And I showed everybody this stuff. So I mean, this is the same people endorsed by Kamala Harris, Scott Wiener.
Is that when you made that video? Is that when they were talking about giving the confused community reparations out there in San Francisco?
No, this is here. What they're doing here. He introduced this particular bill to wipe all his friends' records, their pedophilia, nasty little records clean.
Oh wow!
This is that law. Manifesto. That's why I was telling you too. Even with Black Lives Matter, little weirdos, they accepted that. They were the weirdos who accepted it, but that ideology messing up the nuclear family, that's been they didn't create that. So the thing is, but they believe in it. So yeah, I understand what you were saying. But yeah, I had went into all of that at that time. But this dude, this is the same people. This is the LGBT situations. This is what they're pushing. It's like, and now you get the same dude. He's trying to break up the union so that because the unions don't want to hire. Like I told you, I was on a job with a dude who didn't even know how to speak English. He didn't even know what the hell was going on. I'm like, he's getting paid the same as me.
That's crazy.
You go to no class. I'm like trying to sweep the floor.
And dangerous.
We don't.
That's
sweep.
dangerous.
I don't sweep floor. I mean, I'll sweep the floor every now, just if I'm working small jobs and stuff like that because these are. And you know,
Wow.
these are the type of people that get union endorsements. Now you got the local that made that ad against them, which is good. But it's like, you know, this is the politics game, you know. So it is. Yeah, I say it's not even our government. You heard me earlier. It's not our government, but you know, we get to influence it. So I understand kind of concern. But if we ain't said, I mean, because they ain't gonna listen to us, no way. So they gonna do what they want to do. Do you understand the type of pressure that they have to be under to listen to us? To listen.
They'll listen when you agree with them.
Even and that, we can end off with that. I mean, do we really understand what type of pressure? Do you see what happened in the 60s and the 50s? You know how many riots and bombings and
some they don't even mention. They don't even mention some of the riots.
They don't mention them.
Yep.
They said within a 10-year period, it was over 1,000.
Yeah.
I forgot the years. I got a book that shows it, but yeah, it's there was like in a 10-year period from like I forgot like 69 or something stuff like that.
No, it was a riot in 40 something. It was a riot in 40 something. They don't mention
no. Yeah. I know in Detroit, but I'm saying they just took that 10-year period within this little range of stuff.
Yeah.
It was between like the 69 and like 58 or something like that. Just that. It was like over 1,000 something all across the country. Do you know how much money they was losing with burned buildings and run? They had to run. You got to think about it. All across the country, black folks live in the inner city. We don't even remember how we got there. They ran. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. The niggas is coming. Run. Damn. You know, but that history is gone. And now it's just like, oh, you live in the ghetto, period. But they used to live there. White folks used to live in the cities.
Yep. Like the neighborhood we moved in the 80s. Yeah, it was nothing but white folks over there, pretty much. But you know, as people moved over, black folks moved over there, and now black folks took it over. Now it's basically Hispanics and Asians took over that neighborhood.
Changing it over, yeah. So my thing is, the reason why they had to leave is because in that period of time, they say, oh, because we bringing property values down. Well, because we are a targeted group. So if we move somewhere, they know that they got to target that area. So the white folks like, oh, hell no, we got to go because these people are going to be targeted.
Right.
Because that's how it goes. And so they're going to rebel back and they might kill us. So, that's how that goes. So it's just like, that's the kind of pressure that was required to even get them to give us a little something in the 60s. Do you know with the artillery they got right now, well, all of the systems and jails and all of the plans and the just everything that they got surrounding all these cities and places where we stay, do you understand what kind of pressure they would have to be under to actually give us something that we want? They say they actually give the whole entire population from a whole nother country before they give us something. See, that stuff that they give to them folks, that's the pressure that we're putting on them. They're like, God damn, if I give it to y'all, bring it to Venezuela then. We'll give it to them.
Yep.
We gotta have some worker. Remember what Chuck Schumer said.
Yep.
Now more than ever, we're short of workers.
For the workers.
With
So
40
this is
million black people in America, you short of workers.
that's right. We all in jail. You know how many millions of people in jail and them working in
And
jail, all of this stuff. You know,
for
people
pennies on the dollar.
Right. And the thing about jail, let me tell you about jail. Now, the people in jails producing the products that we buying out here, they're short of workers in the businesses out here, but the workers are in jail.
That's my point. So that's a lie. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is the kind of pressure. We don't have a government. We are a target because it's like, damn, we short.
Now more than ever, we're short of workers.
So they're under this pressure, and we ain't acting right. We like, give us some reparations. We need this. We need a higher minimum wage. We need some actual money. We sick of this. They're like, God damn, they're not talking right. We're short of workers. Oh, there are workers right here. Just treat them fairly. No, short of workers. We need slaves.
Right.
They need slaves, man.
Yeah,
that's what they need. Slaves.
Right.
And you ain't a slave. They're like, damn. Plus, we gotta just make them all legal, get them here, whatever the cost. And then
they ain't even making them legal. They ain't even worried too much about making them legal like that. Just as long as they here.
Yep. Right. And that's it. But the thing is, what's biting them in their butt though, is because some of those folks that's being sent here, they're like, we taking this country. They like,
we're gonna take it over.
They're flying they flag.
This our country. And taking over places.
Right. And he said now we will give them citizenship if they will fight the wars for us. See? These people ain't trying to fight the wars for us, Bill. They take it over.
Well, the war is against who?
Whoever they want it to be against.
This is the war. You just have to say, look, this chick is here telling you.
Put out. The White House took him. Now they don't need him no more.
Look, I'm gonna show you how this
Or
is.
maybe you should. Not a self-hating, dark brown-skinned woman spewing racist.
Now, like I said, there's an argument within their community. This woman actually looks more like a Native American because I've worked with different Hispanic folks, and I noticed that here, even the Native American people, they're Choctaw, they're Navajo, and all this stuff. They know their language, everything. They act like they're Hispanic. They speak Spanish and everything. I noticed that a lot. Have you noticed that speech down there in that where you're area?
Nah, because I'm not usually around Native Americans like that. They live like in East Texas, kind of close to the North Texas. So they're not down south with us.
Okay. Yeah, but I've worked with them in Arizona. I've worked with them in different parts of California, like Baker through the middle. And I'm like, you ain't like white kind of Hispanic. You, yeah. I'm Navajo. I'm like, okay, yeah, but he act like he's from because they get talked about. They get when they go to school together with them, they get teased and stuff by Hispanics.
Right.
Yeah, like bullied and stuff. So yeah, so this woman, it looks a little different, but I want y'all to see this, and that's why I was telling you, Leroy. Even though they're using Black Lives Matter, you got to realize that these people, they're not thinking different. They're not doing the nuanced stuff. They don't know the name Patrice Cullors. Some of them don't. They don't know about the leadership of Black. They're just like, if you think Black Lives Matter, you are in, period. You can't say that word in their minds. And they're thinking like, oh, y'all destroyed this country. But, That's what they're thinking.
That just proves that they aren't intelligent.
Exactly, but this is what they've been told. You see, that's what I'm saying. They got different sections of humanity being told different stuff. And so let's finish this here.
Fallacies in broken English. That's gotta be a joke. Something that you really need to understand is that the only reason that you were able to immigrate here to the United States is because of the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965, which was part of the civil rights movement fought by the Black community. So just remember.
So, like I said, that's what I said, it's making direct connections to the 60s. Black people was putting so much damn pressure on them over a protracted period of time. You got to realize cities claims this is money, and then they get federal bailouts. We got to stop this. What are we going to do with these N-words? What are we going to do with these niggas? We can't keep this up. We got to start treating them decent. Okay. Let them have the right to vote. Let's do this. And here's the plan. We're going to replace them with this, but we got to phase this in because we're not really equipped. The police departments wasn't equipped to handle the because they had to bring in National Guards and they couldn't handle all that. So this is if you connect the dots, you will see a trend. At the same time, they was down there in South America, stealing their fruit. If you read those things, well, the CIA was down there messing them up, and they made crack. They made crack less than 10 years, 8 years after the 65. They made crack in California. They released it, a little later. So this is the same people.
That Black women made it possible.
I don't like that Black women because she's into
feminism.
There's the gender type situation.
Yeah.
We hear it, but okay. For you to flee to another country that Black women made safer because
oh my goodness,
empowered to go back to your own country and make your country safer for you and others. Because it's easier to come to the US and fight for your life just to be a lapdog for people who are building a wall for you and plan to deport you back over that wall to your shithole country because you're poisoning the blood of our nation. You can tap down as hard as you can for all of the little scraps of white supremacy, but they will.
No, okay. She looks like she's mixed Asian Black. Like a Korean, probably. That's what she looks like. But
she looks like an idiot. You know what? She sounds like the Brick Face. Remember Brick Face down in the Houston area who was saying that
I know what you're talking about. You talking about the one who got set up here and lied on and made money by pretending like somebody hit her in the face with a brick.
Yeah, the same one that said that women protect and build cultures with their breast milk.
Okay.
Like, good night,
man. If you explain that, I could get some of that. But my thing is, the one that she's talking about is worse. I'll say it that way.
I'll put them tied for last.
No, the reason why is because, but see, the thing is, like I said, this is stuff we gotta really try to. I feel like it's important for us to pay attention to these type of little things because these are these trends, and ain't nobody got it all right, but this is what we look. This is what we're dealing with. This is what these people believe as they come over here, and like I said, they don't. Some of them they want you to. Like I had one Mexican guy. I never forget. So I'm friends with the guy. Well, he's from South Carolina, LA, and they got these little gangs down there. And I guess he thought that I was from LA, and maybe I was into that or whatever. But I was cool with this other guy from Fresno. He was from Mexico too. His family was from Mexico. So, you know, and he was a darker Mexican. He was kind of like the other woman. This is his skin tone. But what ends up happening is, you know, they're cool, and this guy would treat me extra hostile, for no reason. Everything else, he's snapping. I'm like, okay, really? Wow, interesting. And, you know, you snapping on this and snapping on that, just on everything. I'm like, something wrong with you. And then I guess maybe him and the other guy was talking, and it was like, oh, no, he's cool, Mike's cool. Blah, 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 blah. So I noticed he tried to come around and talk a little normal, I guess, a little less sharp to me, which I don't care about how people, you know, this if you show me how you is, how you is. But he started talking halfway decent. I just still met him. So I said, you know, it wasn't to that level yet. But he was like, yeah, man, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. And we was talking about this and this and that. And then he was like, yeah, we're all brown, right? I was like, no, I'm black. But I mean, if you're brown, then he got mad again. He got real mad.
Because you said you was black instead of brown?
Yeah, because he did it like this. And I know that they'll do that around that. Like, hey, man, you know, we're both minorities. You know what I'm saying? You got to, you know, we got to stick together. They will actually say that to you in places out here. You'd be Mexican.
Oh, wow.
They will say that.
I really like to run into them. The next question.
You come work out here in different places. I've seen that. I've heard that. And I'm like, okay, there's a lot of black people that fall for that, but they are Mexican. They are together because they have a community. Okay, the black folks, especially the ones out here, be surprised. The black people in Texas and in Georgia and all on the East Coast, y'all actually have a little bit of a different culture than the ones out here in California.
Yeah, they know better trying to run that game over here.
Yeah,
we not together like that, bro. So
yeah, nah, not for real.
But they will do that here, and you know, and I'm gonna be nice to whoever's nice. You know, I mean, so I don't start. But like I can see, but they will have that. You know, they'll kind of get close to you and say like a little whisper, like. I'm like, okay. Like, but man, like there's not a really good sign. You know, that's what you want to think. Like, that's cool. You know, I don't have a problem with it, but at the same time, I know when it comes down to it, you're gonna, you know, how you gonna act. I already know how you're gonna act. So this guy did that to me. It was like, yeah, we're all brown, right? He said it just like that. He wrote the word down. He said, you know, we're all brown, right? He kind of looked at me like, you know what I'm saying? We're brothers. He did that.
Hey.
So I was like, well, I'm black, you know. So I just let him know because I knew what he was saying, and I wanted to let him know I'm black. Just so you know, but you know, I love all my brothers and sisters that's all righteous and brown and all that stuff. Oh, he started getting mad again. I could see it. So I knew he started acting all funny.
yeah, trying to run game. Like, no, bro, I wish one of them would try to do that. Like, you know, we all brown. No, you brown. I'm black. I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, if we all brown and black and we the same, the next time one of them asks you that, ask them, are they for reparations for us?
No, they're gonna sound like this woman. And that's why I'm trying to tell you. There are some of them that will, and they know the history. That's why I'm telling you, but they won't say that. They're gonna be black. Because I guarantee you, if you ask this woman, she's gonna say she's black, even though she thought into the feminine stuff or whatever. Because there's a lot of them up there, especially in Sacramento. There's a lot of Asian black mixed people. So, you know, you know, it's just interesting, and it's just a lot of stuff, and it's just different stuff, and so they pick. So that's why you have a Kamala. You know, she's up here in California because you know they can play that kind of game. They can play that kind of game up here, but they can't play that game nationally. So they try to play the little California game out. No, it's not really working.
Well, they playing it right now. That's why you know we got to vote for the sister girl. She went to Howard.
And yeah, and it's just, and not only that, you got black women trying. If you try to even say no, I'm not voting for her. Oh, you misogynistic and all kind of like, no, I'm not voting for her because I don't think she's gonna do anything for you. She ain't gonna do for me. She's not gonna do for me. She ain't gonna do it for you either. Yeah.
Bro, speak, it ain't just black women. I got a 6'6" male cousin who married, got a son, and he told me I was misogynistic for not supporting her. I told him, no, bro. The one time I was gonna vote for president, I was gonna vote for Cynthia McKinney just because she said she was gonna investigate 9/11. I told him that I wanted Felicia Moore here locally to be the mayor over Andre Dickens. She part of the LGBTQ, but from what I have seen of her, she didn't allow that to influence her decision making.
Right.
And I chose Mary Norwood, who's white, over Keisha Lance Bottoms because I knew Keisha wasn't gonna do anything for her community that she came out of. And I asked her, I said, do you even know what misogyny means? It means I hate women or someone hates women. How am I going to be willing to pick 3 different women 3 different times, but I hate them? So it's not just the sisters.
Well,
yeah, I know. Yeah, but yeah, those kind of guys.
Fatal. Super beta.
They've been around women too long. It's just like you're around women too much. It's those kind of guys that treat dating. They treat the community like a club. Like, I don't want to be around the sausage fest. But bro, how you gonna build a community without men? It's crazy.
Let me ask you this, Speech. See, that's why that's a whole nother thing that we're gonna have to end up probably, you know, over time hashing out, because I think that there's like a toxic mindset. It's not masculinity or femininity. The toxic mindset is going to be in anything, and I think when we fall into that language, our language got to be smart too, because if we generalize, if we, like, for example, you can generalize some stuff, but like you just say men or women, I mean, you're telling the truth about a segment, but then those ones who you're not telling the truth about, they're still getting hit in their feelings because you said women, or you said men, or you said something like that. So and then that also leaves you open to your enemy, who knows what you're talking about, but they're just trying to set you up so that they can have 2 authentic people arguing. They'll be like, oh, so you're saying that, you know, you said men, you said women, and then you're like, well, you know, so they're setting you up that way. And that's why, and I hear, like, when Leroy, you be calling in on the radio sometimes over there in Atlanta.
Got to put them on Fresh Street.
That's when Patillo and them be setting you up.
How they set me up?
It'd be the same stuff. It'd be like, well, you know, basically it'd be something like this. They'll be like, so are you saying that all this is that, which is not what you said, but
and look, I blasted Patillo on that one particular time, and I kept telling him, dude, that's your assertion. That's not what I said.
Right.
And you know what? A friend of mine told me, well, man, you ran them off the radio, him and Rashad Ritchie, and at first I was like, no, I didn't. But you know what? I'm gonna take credit for it because they needed to go. They needed to go because they weren't doing us any good.
Well, I mean,
You know,
they're somewhere else anyway. So.
Oh yeah, they're somewhere else,
Robert is
but
just
they
going
are.
into hiding because he's going to probably run for some kind of office.
He already did and lost, and his
he's
reward
gonna
was
come
that
back.
they
That's
gave
why
him a job. They gave him a job in D.C. and he said he up there fighting for reparations. Dude, no, you're not. You up there wasting time. That's what it is. That was your reward.
And I'm glad all of y'all came up. Speech is off right now, but he dropped in. My mom came in. You know, of course, Leroy be coming in, and yeah, we had a pretty good show. And yeah, peace to James Earl Jones, Frankie Beverly, and Mays.
Rich homie Quan.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna end it off like that. Hey, the solutions, like I said, focus on solutions. Do what we do.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
All right,
Y'all
everybody.
be good.
Be blessed.